Hi.
Everyone has to kind of filter in, but that's 5. Everyone should be popping in. There we go. It took some time, and I don't know why, but hello, we're back.
Maybe.
Thank you, Vogley, for the raid. Very, very sweet of you. I had you up in another tab, so I'm here twice. But I hope you had a wonderful creative stream. Very happy to see you here. And again, I'm gonna shout out my girl because that's my girl of over 20 years. She's the fucking best. If you like writing like prompts and creative streams, please check her out because she does a lot of that and she's fantastic. She
I mean,
also
a lot
plays
of people
Baldur's
are
Gate
over
3.
20 years old. I don't know why you're bragging about that for Vogley.
Joe, shut your no.
Joe, shut your face.
My friend forever. I love her so much. Also, Anita did get a D4, and Kit just gave me a D4. So as a reminder, the D4s are the ones that expire at the end of the episode. So you want to make sure you use that before we leave. If D4s are given out at like an inconvenient time, I'll usually refund and then, or they'll transfer into the next episode, depending. But just so you know, you want to use those when you get them. So thank you everyone for those D4s. We're gonna start our episode as usual by going through. Yes, I got advantage. Thanks, babe. By going through our lovely cast, let them know who you're playing, and if you have anything else you're excited about. And I will. Don't call me a betrayer. How dare you? Excuse me. I will get us started with Ava, because you're always on point. The makeup's great. You look fantastic.
You look so pretty.
You should get us started.
My favorite color.
Hello, my darlings and dears. It's your Madam Ava here tonight. I am playing the lovely Madam Nima Hidari, the very reluctant barbarian. Will she rage tonight? Her daughter is not in the vicinity, so probably not, but we'll see. We both use she, her pronouns, and we're happy to be here. And we'll pass it on. Who's not Joe? Let's do my sister Anita.
Who's not Joe?
Anita. Hello, everyone. There was a lot of talk about meat and carrots in the chat, like, before we got on stream, and I didn't make one dick joke. I'm very proud of myself.
You
tonight.
didn't. Not a one.
Tonight I'll be Anita, and I'll be playing the lovely Lisette Odunse. Anita uses they, she pronouns. Lisette uses she, her pronouns. And oof. Foos, I've been holding on to just anger and rage and cliffhangers for the past week. I've been hanging from this cliff. My forearm muscles are really, really strong, just from how tight I've been gripping. So I am so ready to break this tension. And oh yeah, I was supposed to say like what I do. I'm on podcasts sometimes. Issues, if you like the issues. If you like Masks: A New Generation. If you like neurodivergent Janices that really just need to give themselves a break, you can catch me on Spotify or wherever you get your podcasts. That is me, Anita. And I'll pass it to, again, I have a D4 of wonderful people to choose from. How could I not roll for it? All right. So with that, I am going to pass it to truly someone that is absolutely 100% beating the vampire allegations. Not the stepdad, but the dad who stepped up. We love to see him. He's got a little bit of mustache wax tonight, a little bit of beard oil. I'm not sure if you checked that. I honestly don't know whether or not he's single, but like, ladies, check it out. Maybe slide in the DMs, you know. A bachelor this eligible will not stay eligible for long. The one, the only. Joe, take it away. Take it away, Joe. You got this.
And to ruin that elegant speech, I'm just going to say I'm proud of you for not making a further dick joke after mentioning the tight grip, beating allegations. and referencing back to meat. I'm Joe.
It was really like hard for me to not make like a lesbian joke out of that like forearm strength, but you know, we
That
live.
makes sense.
We keep
See, and
it
here you
going.
just said it's really hard, and I'm back where I started. But yeah, I'm Joe. I'm here. That's where I live. There's my Cosmic God. It's a Twitch channel that I sometimes do stuff with. It's not regular. You'll see me shout about it on Fuza's Discord if I do things there. So be in Fuza's Discord. This is a lovely place. But then there's me right now. And yesterday when I was playing Pathfinder here, which Nenners runs, and it's dope. And I'll be back not next week, in other weeks. It's 2-3 weeks, something like that. You'll see it. Join the Discord. It's a lovely place. You'll see announcements such as when Pathfinder returns. But for tonight, I'm playing Caldwell, and he's just as presentable as he seems, and very, very on top of his game and proper. And we will see what disaster he has to come to realize is happening based on people's choices tonight. But yeah, then I will pass things to LS. That's who I will pass it to.
Hi, I'm fresh out of the hospital, so you're getting what you get tonight. I'm LS. I play Trill, Ranger. We are both she, her. I can't really be found anywhere. Someday I'm gonna start like a social media account for like nerdy baking recipes and like stuff like that, but executive dysfunction is a bitch, kids. So instead I ask, chili, beans or no beans? If there are no beans, please get the fuck out. And I will pass to my buddy.
True. Thank you. Yeah, I'm Nenners. I run a Pathfinder campaign, which is on temporary hold due to some real life stuffs. But no worries, we'll be back in a couple weeks, and I imagine we'll do something in between. I do have a one shot that's been floating around since March, so I might be getting done. Yeah, besides that, I play a mushroom. His name is Morlo. He's, a little special, doesn't exactly know how societies work, well, at least this society, and is just trying to be helpful and affable and understand this weird multicultural culture that he's in. But yeah, with our diversity hire, he's on Team Aftercare, so we're going to see what happens to, whatever this poor mysterious bastard is going to catch. But anywho, I think that's it for all my rambling. I'm going to pass it off to Evie, if you don't mind taking it away.
Best mushroom. I am Evie, normally seen over on Alter Deco Archives, Evie the Disaster Jam, running Cypher System campaigns, but tonight I will be playing Jatziri, and she is, not exactly the best mushroom, but she travels with best mushroom, at least for now. But yeah, so let's jump that back over to Foos.
All right, hello. I will also mention, Nenders, you did get an advantage, so I don't know if you noticed, but make sure you mark off that your next roll is with advantage, Nenders. And on top of that, yeah, I'm Foos. I'm the DM for this wonderful adventure, and I'm very excited to be back. The first episode was just such a joy, and I'm sure the rest will be as well. And I'm in the Nerd's Pathfinder, where we all forget how to play Pathfinder because we've been taking long breaks by accident because of schedules, so it's a really good time. But we have another series that we are I think we're closing recruiting on that soon. So we got a bunch of people, and it's very exciting for Dark Matter, and there may be a one-shot happening. So we have exciting things happening. If you're interested in any of them, we recruit through our Discord. So come join us. And I think that's mostly it, if I remember correctly, for announcements. Oh, actually, I forgot one last thing. Sorry. We are approaching our 600 followers, which is insane to me. But every 200 followers, we do a raffle where we get to give away some cheesy dice, because we talk about cheese all the time on this channel. So as soon as we hit 600, we're going to do another raffle for that. So if you're around and stuff, you can enter and get some cheesy dice. This will be our third time doing the raffle, and it's been a joy ever since. So we have that coming up, which is insane and also fun. And I think that's it for outside game stuff, which means we get to hop into the game stuff, which we will start with a recap. Oh, what's up?
Where do all the proceeds go from bits and stuff?
Thank you. All of the subs and bits go to our lovely, lovely friend Maya, who is in remission. So very excited about that, and very proud of her for everything she's been going through. She is unfortunately still going through other health things, so we love to give everything that we get from this channel to her. So anything you give, we're very, very deeply appreciative of it, because it goes to our friend who could absolutely use it. Also, I was bored in a meeting and got some of the banners done in our About section. So I do have a section that says that now, in case my dumb mouth forgets to say it. So you can read about it just in case. And otherwise, thank you, Anita, for reminding me, because I do need to say that out loud. Okay.
I was
so
going to
with that-
defend you, but to defend your dumb mouth comment, I was going to have to compliment, and there's 0 compliments I could give someone's mouth that don't sound serial killer level creepy. So I said nothing.
Are you
That's what
saying
I-
that you don't like her mouth?
I quit.
I'm
gotta-
just choosing to not be a white guy filmed saying things about ladies' mouths on the internet. That's what I'm choosing
Now
to
you
do.
can never run for office.
Yo, you
I
walked
just-
yourself into that minefield, and now you're toeing your way out.
No,
of
I
it.
think in this day and age, he would be technically perfect for office.
No, true.
Oh, no.
He's getting more
That's not going to
eligible.
bar me from office. Having actual progressive ideals where I want the world to be better would bar me from
Yes.
office.
How dare you?
Why?
That being said, have I told you that these guys are all fucking fantastic? Because I love them all. As we get into our episode 2 of Echoes of Ruin, our quick recap is that we got started with a trio who were in the city for different reasons, but came together to help out what is essentially a stranger, but they kind of got to know each other a little bit more. Trill's brother has gone missing and was seen somewhere in this city. And in trying to look for him, she came across a mushroom man and a very pale lady with colorful attire. And they agreed to help her, while also investigating other things that they were interested in as well. But their searches took them in various locations within the city, and they were able to get a little bit more information, kind of piecing together some of the clues. In general, they did wind up getting an address and a few spotted moments of a blue man who at no point looked like he was in a good place. It sounded though he was rushing, perhaps, and in a location he probably shouldn't be in. But that was more or less all they had. But the address was to the Flask and Silk, a lounge that had closed about 2 or so weeks before, and the owners had gone missing, not unlike other people within the city, unfortunately. There's a lot of strange things been going on lately. But they disappeared, and so far it looks like the place has been gutted, but that's the address they have for now. And then they went to get samosas. And while there, they
Shit,
got
I was
some
going to DoorDash samosas today.
I was going to be ready with the samosas.
I forgot. I failed you all.
No worries. But
Yeah,
in
I
going
was
to the
gonna have
samosas,
some like hand pies, but I forgot to do that as well.
we have
I
plenty
had
more
Indian
episodes,
food
guys,
earlier,
don't
so I
worry.
did my job.
Well, fuck.
Ava gets an A+ for the day. So, with those little things happening as well, at the samosa stand, we rolled a luck roll, in which Nenders initially failed, but with a D4 passed. So, ran into the team, well, part of the team at least, of the family. And the family initially started with Nima, Caldwell, and Lizette, as well as our lovely Imani. At home, discussing a couple things. Imani found what seems to be a magic rock that she's very proud of, and is planning on making a necklace and wants to surprise her mother with it. So a plan was made to go find a jeweler's kit, see if she can make the necklace herself using that stone, and a not so clandestine plan to distract mom, Nima, while they were out, which would be Lizette's job. As the two split, Caldwell and Imani ran a couple of errands, more or less, grabbing some celebration, basically like streamers, balloons, happy things for her birthday that's coming up that everyone's planning for as well. And then headed to the jeweler before going to the samosa stand and meeting the other three. The sisters, in the meantime, decided that they could take a look at the Flask and Silk, as it is right beside their place of business, and it's been suspicious. So, getting to the location, they peered inside, and initially, Nemo was the one to catch some movement on the inside. But with superior dark vision that was pointed out by Anita, we honored the accidental advantage roll, which would have given her a natural 20, which was just so good for this moment. And in looking through the window and catching the movement and all of the details that would be important to this character, she recognized a cult symbol that she will never forget. And that was where we stopped for the night. So with Team Samosa kind of more or less finishing their conversation, but I will also mention while they were having samosas together, or at least purchasing them, Caldwell did mention that he had also, you got a ridiculous roll too, I believe, on a history check, that you had seen her brother also buy the Flask and Silk. So a lot of directions pointing in that space, which the sisters are at right now. So before we hop into it, what I always do at the end of every episode is ask the players to vote for their favorites, their favorite performers for the night. Essentially, just, give each other some kudos, because everyone's fantastic, and I like seeing the camaraderie that can bring. So whoever gets the most amount of votes, will get a expiring D20 that expires at the end of the night. So the winners of that, everyone fucking loves mushrooms. So Nenners, congratulations. You are the first winner. The second was a tie, and I just did not. I usually have a tiebreaker of some kind, and do not have it in my heart to do it right now because it's the very first one. The sisters. So Nima, Lizette, the two of you also have a D20 that expires at the end of the night. So I will also mention there was a vote for everyone. You guys are adorable. I actually had to pay attention because I was like, that's three. Yeah. Like most of the time, I think sometimes someone might have a heavier moment, but since it was an introduction episode, I think everyone was killing it and everyone recognized that. And that's kind of why I love making you guys vote. So congratulations to the three of you, but everyone did awesome, and I'm excited to get back into this. So as we hop back into this situation, the reign of the Myconids is here. It is. Morlo out here getting some votes. We love it. We are going to get us started. I think we'll actually pick up, because poor Anita has been clenched for a week. We will pick up with the sisters, and then be strong. We will pick up with the sisters who have just recognized this, and where I cut them off from there, and then we will continue with the others afterwards. But we're picking up with Lizette after just recognizing that symbol in the window, the two of you peering into these giant windows along the sides of this building. But you see that symbol before the figure kind of disappears behind furniture? You're not entirely sure, but something else.
So there's like a moment, right? As soon as like Lizette registers and sees the symbol, that there's just like an instant of flashbacks, a couple images, like hundreds of years back, her mother, the last time that she saw her, wearing very fancy robes with that same insignia, dark hallways with lots of flaming torches, a vast, deathly expanse, and hands sprouting out of the ground like onions, and then in an instant she's back. And she is very much in a fight or flight mode. A huge part of her wants to teleport in there and just wreck shit. However, this is the first time that these people have ever stepped foot in this city, as far as Lizette knows. And she knows also that the last person they were looking for was her precious baby niece. So I think she is going to instinctively just cover her mouth, grab her sister's arm, and back away from the window.
So skinny yet so strong. What?
Nima, you're definitely like humoring Lizette like in that moment because she is not strong. But like,
It's very sudden movements of grabbing. Weird things.
you look and you see abject terror on your sister's face.
What? What did you see?
Code Red. They made it inside the city.
No. Caldwell would have known.
I know what I saw. You need to find your daughter. You have the tracking, yes?
Yes.
Quickly find her. Go. And I think that Lizette is going to take out a sort of like metal stick about a little over a foot long, made entirely of brass, and is going to point it towards her sister, and cast the haste spell on her.
What are you planning on doing?
We need to get to Imani as soon as possible. If Caldwell does not know that they are in the city, she could be in danger every single moment that we are not there. This will help you go faster. Do you trust me?
I trust your instincts. But what do you think is going to happen when they figure out that you still live? Imani will not forgive me if I left you.
Then we find her together. And then we return and fix that problem. God damn, they were right next door. I will follow you. I will be right behind you.
I will trust you on that. And I will check back if you are not behind me. If you do not die from this, I'm murdering you a second time. And she'll take off running.
As she turns to go, Nima, you feel fucking adrenaline. And your speed's doubled, you get an extra action, a bunch of stuff happens. You get haste cast on you. I'll fucking click the thing in the chat so people can read. But Lizette is going to dismiss her cat and tell her dog to follow on foot as she'll fly up and over the city, trying to like do a little bit of a shortcut, just following the dust cloud. But yeah.
Sounds good. The gifts are already on point right now. Also, being a barbarian, Nima's already deceptively quick. So that movement speed,
in the chat, in heels, in the sand.
yeah. It's like nearly comical. It's pretty much what we're seeing in Nenner's GIF. If you have a chance to look at that, it's more or less that. Flying, absolutely flying through the city. Taking a moment, obviously, to check in on her sister every so often. But with the two of you in transit, I will bring us back to the other 4 at the moment. I'm used to saying like 2 or 1 or so, but actually 5 because of Imani as well. But you guys, more or less, we're kind of wrapping up your conversation, but you're still near each other. Caldwell, go ahead and give me just a quick perception check, please, and thank you.
And that's this one.
That is this one. All right. You are starting to notice that the daughter always had, Imani at least always has that bracelet, and a matching one with her mother's. It's almost always very subtle if either of them are kind of tracking. Oh my goodness. Hi, Luna, how are you? There's a dog next to you, Caldwell. That's what that perception check is for. But no, essentially, for the most part, when they're tracking each other, it's very, very subtle. But when they do track each other, you can see exactly what direction the other person is in. And kind of out of the corner of your eye, you notice the dial on it starts moving a bit erratically. Either Nima is coming in hot or she's changing directions very quickly. Either way, the bracelet is reacting to something, and you are very much aware of it at this moment.
All right. Well, since that doesn't have, so I don't even have like a vague direction. It's that erratic.
It is it is erratic. You have a vague direction as like she's northeast and seems to be from that direction, but just in moving as quickly as she is, it's kind of jumping around a little bit.
Well then, I'm gonna keep my head on a swivel. There's no need to panic a child. So I will instead just end this interaction. We're done here. Pardon my interruption of your conversation with these fine people, Miss Imani, but we should really be getting back to your mother. And I'm gonna start walking with her.
Oh.
And we go.
Oh, it was nice to meet you. Thank you.
I do also like to
Likewise.
touch them and acknowledge that we're leaving and just.
And we're walking.
Yeah. Yeah. I also had a little bit of free time, and we do have new art for Imani, so I will show you guys our lovely little Imani. It's going to be in our Echoes of Ruin chat, but that's your daughter. That's who you're hanging out with right now.
So cute.
I think it's success. Emmy, you're talking. I don't hear anything.
That's my baby! She's gonna kill the big, bad, evil guy. She's gonna be the last person to hit. Oh my god, that's my baby! Yeah.
Oh my goodness. But she's...
You KO'd half this party, please.
I have. It was for good cause, it sounds like. Luna's hyped too. But yeah, that's her. As I mentioned, I had a little bit of time. Nubs is here. Hold on. Speaking of babies, I have to go show you my son because he walked by me and he didn't do it at all last time. So here he is. He's very hyped. So he's like, "Please put me down," but I had to.
Oh, baby.
Yeah. All right, buddy, you can go. Thank you for your service. All right, so Imani is being ushered off with Caldwell. It's okay. Caldwell, you see her kind of giving you a curious look, but is more or less is exceedingly trusting of anything you're doing. And when she's being rushed off, she usually has a vague idea of what's going on, but here she doesn't seem to have a single clue. And you're kind of assuming this is because she just met a mushroom man and was absolutely fascinated with him. So as you are kind of pushing her off, she waits until you're probably like 20 or so feet, so like out of earshot of the trio you just met. I thought Mom was distracted.
Well, she certainly was for a time, but your bracelet indicates to me that she is looking for you in a hurry.
Huh? You see her kind of look over. Oh, okay. Whoa. She's watching the dial just kind of go for it.
Perhaps we just took a bit too long on our secret mission.
Do you think she's mad?
I doubt she's mad, just impatient. Though you
Okay.
didn't hear that from me, young miss.
Nope. I hope we run into them again. They're cool. He was a mushroom.
It certainly was fun.
And it's not too much longer because Nima's running like the wind, quite literally. And you guys were yapping for a little bit. So whereas the sisters kind of went and checked immediately and then were bouncing, it's not too long after where Nima, you arrive on the scene, and feel free to narrate that however you'd like. Because you're going real fast.
I always like doing this when there's a moment of my character running really fast and she's targeting on one specific person who is lighter than her. You see, she is bolting and she gets lower as she's running. And as she gets to the point of contact with Imani, she is going to essentially football tackle her into scooping into a hug and just be like, my child, and then just rolls into a stop. But the way that she has Imani positioned in her arms, Imani is not seeing her face as she just literally looks dead into Caldwell's eyes. It's like...
And on the other end, there's just wide eyes from Imani, and then like her arms are up initially from surprise, and then, Mom! Hi!
I just forgot that you had a dentist appointment today.
What?
Dentist appointment, yes. I got a messenger who was very irate from your doctor, and we have to hurry back. Hopefully we can still make it. I don't want to ruin your record.
Where's Auntie?
Auntie is in the sky tracking, like, and if you look, it is a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Auntie. It's Auntie Lizette flying above the
Oh my
like
god!
as fast as she can, flying above the city, trying to like get towards them. Which
Yep.
she never does that. She never like goes anywhere in a hurry. This is weird and probably not a doctor appointment, a missed doctor's appointment. I think that Imani would clock that.
While Imani's face is still just like not looking at Nima's, I think Nima's just gonna mouth to Caldwell, they're here. And that's it to Caldwell.
Oh, well, a couple of things happen when you appear on the scene, because you're targeting this child, which means full body, she's behind me. Oh, it's her mother. Oh, if I don't move, I'm injured. So, like a two-step process.
I mean, I'll
It's
football
fine
tackle
or
you
I'm
too.
fucked, and then I had to get out the way. But
I can take both.
It's not something we use often, because why would we? But you're making panic. Like, things are happening that aren't just a dentist appointment. So I'm using the thing. So you can just talk to me in your head. We're just gonna have a full-on separate adult conversation as needed, because shit's real.
Yeah.
Also, despite the fact that Imani knows this of Caldwell, she's still speaking out loud and has not seen your face yet, and has just heard about a dentist, just got tackled, Auntie's in the air, very confused. It's just, Mom, well, we made friends.
I
Found out
was
what-
shopping. Oh, that's so wonderful, lovely.
Yeah, it's a mushroom.
In the brain. They're here.
It's just inscrutable. Like, there's warring. Like, I'm upset because they're here, and I'm upset because I should have known that. But it's all just we're gonna keep it together. Well, then we need to get hold of you back out. And when there are people I need to see.
How was your shopping, dear?
I found out what a sclera is today.
Oh, did you?
Uh-huh.
What wonderful. Tell me what that is. Tell me what that is as we walk and talk.
Did you know
She sets her
Auntie's
down.
sclera and Iris is the same color? Just, like immediately goes into info dump mode.
And I feel like Auntie will like actually get to
Send.
ground level and like catch up at this point. First thing Auntie Lizette is doing is immediately grabbing Imani's hands, and just like taking a look at her, looking at her face, looking at just her everything, making sure this is Imani, right? The child hasn't been body swapped. There haven't been any kidnapping shenanigans, any like doppelganger stuff. This is my niece.
You said you made friends also?
I did. She points in the direction of the trio, who you guys were within eye line of this. So like everything that has just happened.
So we see the mushroom man.
You see the mushroom man in like a tent, essentially, but you see her point specifically at Jatsiri. Her eyes are like yours, but backwards. I mean, I said that wrong. I said that wrong with her too. They're dark, and yours are bright. That's why I learned sclera. She taught me sclera.
I believe you're looking for the word inverse, Miss Imani. Or opposite.
Inverse.
What?
Inverse.
And I think at that, like, there's gonna be like a lot of visible relief. Like, yes, this is the nerdy girl that I left this afternoon. And I think that Lizette is going to pull her in, give her a kiss on each cheek and her forehead, and just say, "You learned the word sclera. That is absolutely incredible. I am sorry. We are very high strung. We found some very interesting things off on our little distraction. And I think we all just need to go home and relax a little. Sorry for riling your mother up so much."
And it's pretty much about this time where the haste does wear off. So for just
Yeah.
a few seconds, Nima, you're just a little dazed. But
I'm hungry.
Miss Imani insisted that we pick up something for each of you. You know,
Oh,
hand each
she's
of you a
so
samosa.
Considerate. She's so considerate. Oh my god.
she's eating one too. She's just very, very proud. Okay. So do I still have to go to the dentist today?
No, we'll reschedule.
The dentist.
Like that.
In Nima's head, I'm just going to ask where.
Oh my god, I keep blanking on the name of this place, and I had it written down and I lost it.
The flask and silk.
Something.
Flask and silks. Something was telling me to go check, and Lizette saw their colors.
For now, and unless my hands are needed until we are in a place I feel like we're safe, I'm gonna have my hands clasped like behind my back, the way you see some very formal people stand. But that's exclusively so my hands have an excuse to look natural, so that I can summon one of my psychic blades just in my hand all the time, invisible knife, ready to go. But I am also going to look back at this crowd that also wants to find people that allegedly were at the Flask and Silk, and start scrutinizing them and see if they're cult people.
I will also mention Evie was trying to say something, and then I think her mic wasn't working. So, Evie, if there was something you were narrating, please feel free to do that now. Hopefully, your mic is gonna pick up this time. Nothing.
Evie, no.
No, we see mouth movements. I'm sorry. You got this. We'll wait. Keep playing with it.
No.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
Especially when you pointed out that we did see the 3, Nima does see Effie's character in the red and be like, wait a minute, this person in red was talking to my baby. What do you mean? Who is this lady in red talking to my baby?
Yeah, I think Lisette would definitely clock the feather that Imani has now, and look off and see Jetsiri and be like, my eyes, but inverse? That's interesting. And also very, very pale in the middle of the desert. Elf that I've never really seen before. This person is like me in a lot of ways. That is interesting and something to keep in mind for probably a much later time after my niece is safe behind closed doors.
Actually, Lisette, if you don't mind, I'll let you choose, and I'm sure neither are great, but whatever you feel. History or religion check, and I don't mean that to be mean. I just don't know if you have proficiency in either. I know you're not dumb. You got decent intelligence.
We have a +3 in intelligence and proficiency in religion.
There you go.
So we're gonna
go for religion.
We're gonna do that.
Right,
this is great.
You have a D4 too.
I also have a D4.
You have a D20 as well.
I also have a D20.
You're doing good.
You got all
Yeah, Black People is winning in last week's MVP voting. We're doing great.
Joe, what were you saying?
Well, just as this role, and probably as a rule, it probably shouldn't go, but if not for everyone, I think specifically for my employers, I should be allowed to bardically inspire them retroactively. Because once they state a need, if I can fill it just automatically, I don't know about everybody, but those two, I think.
These two, I'm super fine with that.
Okay. Not needed in this case. 21 is just fine.
Inspire me.
I'm
And
super
essentially,
fine.
they'll be
That is
pondering a question,
amazing.
and then I'll be like, oh, I read a book about that once that you were looking for the other day. Here, is this what you're looking for? That sort of thing.
So, is that enough, or would I get more with a higher number?
You would get more with a higher number, but this does get you a good amount.
I want everything. I'm gonna roll a D4.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
I was literally like, you need anything other than a 1. If you want everything.
I will roll the D20 right here. Anything other than a 1, you said?
If you
Give
want,
her the
it's up to you.
bardic.
You can, you could use the bardic if you, or that's fine too.
The reason I'm hesitating is this isn't a stated need out loud. I can't inspire what I don't know is happening.
Okay, that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Otherwise, 100%. That's what they're for.
Yeah, but absolutely, this strange, pretty, kind of death aura elf lady, Lisette is 100% giving her the eye. What do I know about this elf lady?
The strange thing is, it's not necessarily what you know about her. It's more about you have an idea of where she might be from. And it's because very shortly after your unfortunate experience in which you were attempted to essentially be ended in a very specific way, you were changed. And when you were changed, a lot of things changed along with you. And one of them, being an elf, you don't really dream. But there were times where you heard things that felt like hallucinations, and it only happened almost immediately after you changed. And it was a feminine voice, a sagely voice, a kind voice. Eventually, she stopped reaching out to you, but initially when she did, she spoke to recognizing your pain, and that you only deserved joy instead. What you had been through was too much. And should you ever need the shadows to speak her name. Never quite came out what her name was. Perhaps that was something you were supposed to figure out. But when the voice would speak to you, there were times where you saw feathers exactly like Jatsiri's, kind of on the fringes of your vision, just kind of flittering out of focus. And at times when you were in a home or wherever you found yourself, perhaps even outdoors, the skulls that you see Jatsiri carrying as well, one on her chest and the two on her knees, you remember seeing them kind of planted in this moment, and then you'd kind of blink and they'd disappear. You don't know who she hails, but whoever it was spoke to you at some point, and strangely, only seemed supportive.
Okay. So voice basically said, you ever need help, you ever are in a bad spot, you speak my name. I never learned the name, and now when real bad things are happening, I'm seeing someone with the exact same feathers and skull patterns.
Correct.
Yeah, gang, I can't just walk away from this person at this point. I will sort of like turn to Amani, who just like still has the feather and seems to have like a positive experience interacting with the group over there. And I will say, so my eyes, but backwards, dark, inverted, you say?
Inverted.
I think that I need to meet this person. For right now, go with your mother. Return home. Be safe.
Aww.
Hold her hand the entire way. Can you promise me you will do that?
I can, sure. Are you coming with us?
I will. I need to do something fast. And I think that at this point, Lisette will take out her magic wand and ask Imani if she can cast a little magic protection spell on her just for the walk back, just to ease her auntie's mind.
Okay, I'm learning. I'm gonna get better at this, I promise. But yeah.
So you're kind of like stop and focus. And this has kind of been a fun moment for the two of you in a few different ways. I am going to roll something. Also, Evie, would you mind just testing your mic one more time for me? I tried to shift the device on video, and I don't know if that worked. Can you say something? Nothing. What in the yuck? Yeah, I don't know why. We are going to take a quick break just so we can figure out Evie's situation, because we want to make sure she's involved as well. And actually with that, I think we'll just do it here when she's about to interact with Lisette. So we're going to take a quick 5-minute. We just need to figure out why we need to have our player here, because she's fantastic. So give us a few more. What's up?
I'm just going to forget over the time of the break. So just, you're clearly indicating you're going to go talk to these people, and they seemed nice, but I also know that one of them has a brother who was at the place that I now know as cult people, and I can't talk to in your head because you weren't here for me to do that at the time. So I will just say, If you do wish to speak to them, they were introduced to us. The lady in feathers is Jotsiri, the mushroom is named Morlo, and the Elodrin is named Trill. They are helping Trill look for her brother, who was last seen at the Flask and Silk, I believe. Just so you've heard the words, that you can make your own conclusions. I was just going to forget if we went to a break.
No, I appreciate that. Thank you. If there's anything you feel like you'll forget, also feel free to type it in the Roll20 to say like you want to do something, just in case. And that goes for any time. If we break, if we end for the night, anything. All right. With that, everyone else good? Anything else? Just wanted to make sure. Cool. We'll be right back in 5. Thank you, Vogley. Exactly that. Hopefully we'll be back in 9:35. We got to do a little bit of tech stuff. We'll be right back. Here's a thumbs up. Hold on. I can do the heart one too as we're leaving. Please give me the heart. Thank you, so I don't look crazy. Bye.
Too late. Hi.
All right, we're back. Hold on, I gotta get Evie back in this. Okay, everyone's hopping in. Evie should be popping up in now. Perfect. All right.
All right,
We
can
got
you
everyone.
guys hear me in the audience too?
Can you hear Evie? Hopefully, everyone can hear Evie. We hear her, so hopefully you guys can hear her too.
Yeah.
I can hear her through the other thing. Yeah, she's good.
Okay, cool.
Yes. Thank you,
Cool,
Ugly.
cool.
Fantastic.
You
All right.
have the old.
That's what Maya says all the time. But yeah, we're back. Thank you for your patience. Thankfully, we got it working again, and hopefully it doesn't happen again. But we are coming to the team. I think there were mage armors that were just cast on Lizette and Mani. Shrill is seemingly staring. Like, what the fuck are they staring at?
I think my passive is high enough to know that they're not staring at Morlo, which I could understand. They're staring at Jatsiri, and I'm like,
yeah.
Like
the
There
fuck?
was staring at Morlo for a bit.
Well,
It's like,
sure.
is that a mushroom man?
Like, that's just token. I expect that. But I think the fact that her eyes lingered longer on Jatsiri, I'm like, that's fucking weird.
yeah, I do stand out, but all of us do. But yeah, like the first thing that like my mic was just like, no, I'm not gonna cooperate on, because Chrome, OBS, or not OBS, video, I don't know, something,
Fuck you in
was like
particular.
when Caldwell like very abruptly ended the talk with LS about like having spotted her brother, and was just like, we're going to go now, goodbye, we have to get you back to your mother. Like Jatsiri probably would have silently watched him walk off with the kid and then turned to Trill, not expecting Morlo to understand, and went, that seems strange, yes? And has since just kind of been watching everything blatantly, not trying to hide it. So while they're staring at Jatsiri is just staring back.
Why are
Moments
they
after I
staring?
abruptly said that, her mother tackled her out of nowhere.
Yeah, no,
It's
it was
steam.
all
It was
very
a soft tackle. It was
Yeah,
a
it's-
scoop tackle.
Yeah, it was all very strange, and she has just been staring, not trying to hide it. Like, okay, if you're going to cause a scene, that I am going to watch said scene. So it's a bunch of staring back and forth at this point between Lisette and Jatsiri.
Yeah, and I think like as soon as like she finishes casting the spells, she's just going to keep your eyes, like keep staring in your eyes and float towards you.
So that lady over there just made eye contact while she cast spells on herself the whole time. Are we about to go? is this happening?
This I do not know.
It's weird, right? I mean, it's not just me.
I doubt that it would be so blatant in the middle of the street, but I would not discount it entirely.
Terry, you're playing
Um,
fucked. You can't count on anything here.
Again, I wouldn't discount it entirely, but if necessary, I can scare her off if you are afraid.
Oh, I'm not afraid. I'm just curious.
She's
Then we
also
shall
like
see.
30 feet away, so
Yeah. Then we shall see. She seems to be approaching.
Like, I haven't even put my samosa down yet. I'm still eating. But, like,
I probably
Are we
finished
going?
mine
I could
during
go,
the
like, I
conversation
mean-
previously.
if we're fighting, we're fighting.
Yeah. Yeah, no, but like, and again, Jatsiri is not subtle. So none of these words have been said quietly. Not yelling, but none of this has been quiet. So it's kind of like, well, she is approaching, so I suppose that we shall see. It would be good
Maybe they
to
just
not
want-
have so many, casualties if this is a go time.
Go time. Do they want samosas?
Go time usually means we're about to fight.
Well, the small
no.
one handed samosas to the other ones when they
You don't
approached.
need to fight. That's just.
I mean, preferably not. I'm open. Got a full stomach now. I could go.
Lisette
Lisette?
arrived at this point.
Lisette is
Yes,
probably
absolutely.
arrived.
Absolutely.
Is this aggression of approach or is this unaggression of approach? She's asking this to you, like point blank.
Oh. S'il vous plaît. Sorry, did the woman with the feathers send you?
I have been sent, yes.
She told me that I only need to call her if I am in a time of need. I find myself in a time of need.
Jetsiri looks at the other two and then looks back at Lisette and goes, need of samosas? And points at the food cart because, again, not exactly the brightest bulb in the box. According to Jet Theory, there are multiple people regarding feathers. Mentally speaking, so even she has feathers. So she's definitely looking confused as she goes, have need of what do you need of us?
I think she laughs audibly at in need of samosas. But is going to sort of turn a little bit behind her and say, you have met my niece, no?
Yes, the small one.
There are people in these cities that wish her grave harm.
Oh. This is
That have done me a similar harm. It is a fate I wish to avoid for her.
This is also not good. Меня зовут Джадзири. Как вас зовут? Your name?
Lisette, you are not, and will turn to Trill and will say, if I give you the full and true name, you will not take it. No. You will just use it, it will still be mine.
Now, what do you know about that?
Not much, admittedly. My mentor had a bit of a very bad run-in his youth.
I would like to very dearly to hear about that, but I'm not in the business of taking names.
I am on occasion, and then I go fight the person whose name I have taken.
To be safe, Rasas and Starry, you may call me Lisette.
Yeah. This is also Merlo. If if it introduces itself, it will be in your head.
Bon. My family, we are headed back to our home, but the place where your brother was last seen. Trill? Sorry, did Trill give their name? Like, did Trill introduce
No.
himself?
No, not yet.
I
Okay,
think Caldwell might have
yeah,
mentioned
I mean, I
it,
gave you
though.
other names, but whether you
yeah.
wanted to let them introduce themselves is up to you.
Well then, we are going back home to get our niece to a safe place. But
Do you know my brother?
if you have the missing
The wanted
poster,
poster. Oh yeah, the missing poster, not wanted.
Yeah, just a little portrait. Oh, she's just very curious. You've said something that is like no insight check needed. Definitely struck a nerve. So she will produce it.
Fooz. What do Lizette's elf eyes see?
Hit me with a history check.
Okay, history is not as good, but it's fine. Lizette is a lady about town. She knows people. She knows the city. She knows things. Back to the core. We don't need spells right now. History. Boom.
Does not look familiar to you.
It does not look familiar to me. I see many people, and the city is vast. I'm sorry.
There's no need to be just now. I'll let you know if that changes.
I will be sure to keep my eye out. If you three, you seem capable, at the very least. If you three want to help, I believe before long we will be meeting at the what and silk? The something and silk.
The flask and
The,
Oh God.
we will be meeting at the Flask and Silk sometime soon. If you
That's
wish
certainly
to,
where I intend to be heading soon.
we may meet you there then.
How long do you think this will be that you will meet us there?
Not too long. We're basically next door to the place.
Yeah,
Oh God,
like,
is this going to be one of those things where we say bye, but then we all head in the same direction? And it's just really awkward.
Might as well just come with us.
yeah. We're actually not too far from the Flask and Silk. Would you like to
Escort you?
walk and talk, as it were?
Can I
Finding
do
out.
Can I do an insight check? Like, she said something that really struck a nerve.
Please hit me
Uh,
with it.
Insight Trill.
Yes. Yes, you may. I'm gonna get advantage for Trill Mushroom Man. Oh, Trill, no.
I have an advantage from last week. I'm re-rolling.
Okay, that's fine. Go ahead.
You don't trust this face?
Hell no.
That's so true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Anita, this is the reason why Nima's the face of the business.
Yep. I'll start with Morlo first, just because that he has been watching the whole the whiplash he had when certain words were said. so I'll start with you. And part of this, I will actually need a little bit of LS's input, just because it's more or less about the past interactions the two of you have had. Morlo has been helping you out in terms of trying to help find your brother. How much do you think you would have explained to him in terms of your
Very
background?
little.
And right, gotcha. Okay, so Morlo, with that, you obviously know that you were trying to help her find her brother, but there was something in what Lizette said, and you are learning how to communicate, and nothing about what Lizette said seemed weird to you. However, you were at least, I think, perceptive enough to know when exactly something seemed to trigger her. And it was something about a name. You don't know exactly what that was, but something about the name part was when you immediately saw Trill just kind of, something changed entirely. And you
Go from
unfortunately,
curious to like ready.
yeah. Yep. And unfortunately, with your 13, that's more or less all you get. You know what word triggered it. You're not entirely sure why.
More low less.
Trill. God, you gotta go.
Listen,
Oh.
Marriage.
He's very confused. So-
For Trill, this is a woman who is extremely curious about everything that's happening here. I think you would notice that this doesn't feel like any kind of deception or manipulation. It feels like this was stumbled upon. But I think because you were able to kind of notice that on a surface level, I don't know if that would relieve Trill very much, because it was just so specific and so weird that it happened the way it did, that I think there's a part of you
Emotional
that...
support, Toast.
Oh, Toast, no!
He looks so concerned.
So, Toast, oh my god, I'm not talking to your cat right now, but Joe,
What do you think,
every
Toast?
time you leave, can you come back with Toast?
I mean, usually if I'm leaving on camera, it's because Toast is nearby and almost wanted attention.
Toast.
As mentioned, I love that Toast is hauled onto screen every time. It's always like, Toast is just on his belly, being adorable. Nubs dangerously came close and then maybe saw what was on screen. It was like, nope, not me. Then went off in the other direction. But Trill, this is all to say, you feel like this was all innocent. But I'll leave it up to you whether you think that Trill would take any kind of, relief in that or still be suspicious.
Well, I'll look to my friends and say, I'm willing if you are.
Yes. We were heading towards this silk place anyway for you, were we not?
I was hoping so. Yes.
Oh, we're reaching consensus. Yes, I too would like to go.
Can I don't know, roll whatever you think would be appropriate to try to connect Feathered Woman with who I assume is what she's trying to mean, because that is not how Jet Theory views who this person is.
Correct. I don't think you would need to. I think you would hit her a little bit later, like probably
Okay.
about now when you're starting to think it through. But you have heard of your patron reaching out to others,
Okay.
and inviting them. Not everyone that she patrons is from where she's from, but a
Yes.
decent amount of them are, and she has a very specific connection with those who are native. And
Okay.
she's not necessarily native, but in a way, she is
Okay.
now.
Okay. All right. So yes, we were heading in this direction. So it makes sense. We shall escort the one that says that she is in need of something.
This entire time, Nima has been like just watching from a distance, being like, "What the fuck is my sister doing? What is happening right now?" Caldwell, do you know what's happening right now? Where did you find that
Caldwell
cat?
has been
Where
polymorphed.
did you find that cat? It's just Caldwell's holding a cat.
So here's also my
Would
question.
you say you had
has
to send the cat
has
away?
Imani mentioned that Jetziri called Caldwell manservant?
No.
I've had a chance to talk to him now.
Okay,
No.
because I have a feeling that Nima will probably react to that in a way. So I
No.
was like, has she told Mama
It's like,
about that?
what?
Okay, okay.
No. Yeah. If they're talking in their mind, I'm sure Nima is absolutely fluent with having more than one conversation at once, having a child and the psychic link that you have.
Multitasking.
Yeah. So while you're chatting with Caldwell the entire time, Imani is like having her samosa and also like making sure you're eating yours. So
Oh yes, thank you.
doing the mom multitask situation of eating and having two
So he is a
conversations and wondering what you're
mushroom man. That is
doing.
so fascinating.
Yes, and
Uh,
she let me touch her crown, and it's pointy, but it's pretty,
Wow.
isn't it? Isn't it nice?
Very beautiful.
Yeah. But she said she was looking for her brother,
and she's just gonna start rambling
Amazing
a little bit about.
Oh, I hope she's able to find her family. We know all about trying to make sure family stays together.
yeah.
I get a feel like a weird chill that maybe it's not as wholesome as I'm thinking, and I don't know why. Maybe she wants to kill her brother.
Oh my gosh.
Definitely not.
Lizette will look to Chatsiri and say, how chivalrous of you. Shall we?
I believe that we shall. Yes.
Mhm.
Gestures for you to lead the way, and then just kind of looks over at Thrill like, well,
Why are they walking over
Yeah,
this way?
she'll- She'll go ahead and take your arm, Jetsiri, and begin flying towards the rest of the group.
They're coming. They're coming back. Yeah.
just awkwardly walks next to you.
What
Is
is
not used to
happening?
being like the gentleman, so it's just like, yes.
What is happening right now?
Imani has made some very interesting friends,
I've heard.
and I believe they might be able to help us.
Is that so?
That is so.
Just a whiplash of seeing different things. It's just see Dubs just like running by. It's like nah. It's like what's happening?
He's chasing Nubs, and I wasn't sure if you heard him, but he was going blah blah. And I was watching my mic light up, and I was like, I don't know how brightly that's coming through on your end.
We didn't hear it at
little bit
least.
in the corner.
Yeah, we kind of saw it, but we didn't hear it. At
We didn't hear it.
Yeah, one of the things that Dubs does is he pretends he's like a video game villain and is chasing after Nubs, who's like the protagonist. So he'll run into her room and be like, "Where are you? I'm coming for you." Then
Oh my
that's how they play. So he makes
Get
like monster
over
noises
here.
when he's chasing him.
Jesus
Beautiful,
Christ.
beautiful, wonderful.
But anyway, that's what you heard kind of in the background. But yes, these two groups are kind of converging, and as that's happening, Imani is elated at the moment and is kind of like tugging at the side of Nima's dress at the moment. They're coming. They're coming. They're so much fun. They're so nice. They all look so different, but they're like friendly. I think they're all new to the city too. Maybe we can show them around and stuff. They like samosas. The mushroom man can't eat because he doesn't have a mouth, but the other two like samosas.
It's not inaccurate.
You are such a curious child, and I treasure every moment that you speak and I'm able to hear it. And in the memory thing, it's just like, Caldwell, what the fuck do you know about these people? Who did my daughter befriend, and who is Lizette bringing towards us?
I'm afraid Miss Imani has told you everything we've learned about them.
Oh,
which
dear
was
God.
adequate for people passing in line. I was not anticipating inviting them home.
They're the best.
Okay.
Every day I am surprised. Imani is an excellent judge of character.
Introductions, I believe.
I will smell one. And like Jet Theory just kind of waves with the free hand at the kid again.
Sclera.
Yes, that is what my sister has said.
Yes.
Is her name Sclera?
No, Minyazu Jet Theory.
Ah, apologies. You may call me Nima.
Trill. You're
Trill.
clearly the little girl's mother. I see a family resemblance.
She's
The
my
mushroom
fighting
will
spirit.
speak into your head to speak to you. Just to let you know.
Oh, that won't bother me. Hello, mushroom man.
You have permission, Marlo.
Orlo, greetings.
Ooh, what a lovely voice.
Are you with the Caldwell?
Right, because he thought it was the title.
What do you mean by that necessarily?
Just forgive me. It is how you socialize is different. So I'm
Okay.
just trying to understand your relationships.
It is a easy mistake to make. I was confused too. He is not the stepdad. He is the dad that stepped up.
He is
Oh.
he is under the employ of my family, but he is practically family at this point. So
Good to
Caldwell's
know.
the best.
Thank you.
Yeah, like Trill is like trying to suss out vibes. Like she's like, are they? No.
and there you can feel you can feel the separation of like these are just employee and employer who are just known each other for a long time.
And
There's
Jet
no
Theory,
romance.
at that statement, looks very confused. Not
Yes.
suspicious of their relationship, just very confused that you would claim that.
But yes, he is family. He has been with me for a very long time. Honestly, I cannot remember, but that's not the point. You are coming with us home?
Lisette was requesting escort.
To the flask and silk. I believe these three of us will have business there, and it seems the three of them have business there as well. I have
Oh,
a feeling, a very good feeling about this one in particular, and we'll look to Jatsiri. I think that she is going to help.
I'm looking at my sister. It's like, I swear to God, if this is one of your other like fling things happening, and you're doing this in the middle of potential kidnapping shenanigans, I am gonna be livid.
She like, this doesn't seem like a work thing. You would know that she doesn't really do flings that much as she like does work stuff. And this doesn't seem like work stuff.
How many people are you bringing into a fling at the same time? Like,
Yeah,
I have
she never-
questions about this dynamic.
Yeah, she
Who
and
are
she
these sisters?
never and she never really like brings work home, never brings it around Imani. So this does not seem to be that.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yes, I think Imani and Caldwell mentioned missing family, I believe.
That would be me. Yes, I'm looking for my brother. And your man here had mentioned
First
seeing
and
him.
foremost, he is not my man. He is just my employee. He's
Yeah,
just
your
my
man.
employee.
Yeah, your man there. Yeah.
That's an odd way to say it, but sure.
You're Caldwell. Your servant.
He's the Caldwell.
He's
Oh, that's what you meant. Okay. Makes a bit more sense. Ugh, different cultures.
But,
okay.
he had mentioned seeing my brother at the Flask and Silk, and I will again produce the portrait.
We get our final history check. Nima, let's see if at any point you have come across this big blue smile that's in this portrait.
I am assuming not, because I have no stats in history.
Not ideal. Unfortunately, yeah, that is also.
Yeah.
I mean, it
Fair.
all works out in a way because the one who is hyper-vigilant is Caldwell, and of the three of you, he's the only one who caught and recognized that face. But for you, looks like her brother, but you certainly have never seen that face before.
I see the resemblance, but I have not seen him.
I know you mean well by that, so I won't take offense.
It's all right. She has said for some reason that she does not intend to kill him.
Yes, she's not going to kill him, even though
I'm insight
she
checking.
wants
I'm
to.
insight checking this entire thing. Like, are you actually?
Insight check. Insight check. Insight check.
This is how a meeting should be, right? Where you're like, what in the...
We're all
Nice,
just
very nice.
Spider-Man meme pointing at each other.
Do you actually want to kill
100%.
your brother? Because people are saying
No.
you don't want to.
I kind of look a little like, oh man, I started this bit and it's gone a little too far.
You did. You did, and I'm totally riding that train as far as it'll go.
I think Nima sees that. It's like, got it. Okay. Siblings, I understand. This one
Yeah.
gives me a headache all the time.
Can't live with him, can't throw him down a well and drown him. But I do need to be finding him.
I can do this for you.
Oh no,
I've
if
said
anyone's
this
doing
before.
it, I'm doing it. But that's not why we're here.
Anyway, closing the ears of Imani, we're walking. We're walking.
Does the
Hey.
child not understand that violence happens? And she's asking this of Lizette.
Yeah, Lizette will just be like, baby sisters, they are so violent. It is hard to curse.
Don't be saying shit.
Mhm.
With your
I
hands still
love you
over your daughter's ears for a second, she's like,
I think I heard a bad word.
I
No,
love
you
you
didn't,
too.
Dad.
I love you too, Nini.
You wish to speak privately? I can facilitate that while we walk.
Oh, that is absolutely lovely. What an interesting voice. I assume Marlo, yes?
Correct.
Very good to meet you.
Likewise. He's gonna squeeze his hand and kind of let out a combination of mist and spores. And you guys, as long as you're within 15 feet of me, are basically mental routed up. So,
You just
Talk.
answered my question.
yeah. But yeah. Before he was just using it to communicate individually, but now you guys can crosstalk.
rapport spores. Is that not adorable?
Love it.
I like how you have my telepathy ability, but like better.
So,
I mean, it's only within 15 feet of him, though. Yours goes
That's
up to
true.
a mile.
People can only talk to me, but it's longer range,
Right.
whereas this is
Yeah,
group.
you're a
Anyway,
router.
so
If we're swimming, done.
So we are breathing your friends, Morgo. Is this is normal and should not be.
I believe it is part of his culture and part
Oh.
of his people.
That is beautiful and strangely intimate.
Of course.
Never intimate. Never thought of it like that.
It's not a bad word for it.
Jatsiri is probably still speaking out loud when she answers.
Yeah. So is Lizette.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand the need to protect the kid from at least that portion of the conversation. So that's why she's not going to hide the conversation from Imani. Certain things, yes, she can understand, but what did the mushroom just do? Jatsiri would be open about with the kid.
She is absolutely, like, just very excited and is trying not to yap her mother's ear off at the moment. But as they're all kind of walking back to the home of these three, just,
Okay, so, are they staying over? Are we gonna have dinner with them? Do you think they'll want to come to my party?
I will make sure to ask, my dear. But for the time being, we have a meeting to go to, and it seems that they are going in the same direction, so we offered to walk with them.
Oh,
Hospitality.
okay. Is it for work?
Yes. Actually, it is for work.
Okay.
But
Monty's over there
I will-
rolling an insight check.
I know, I was just thinking.
It's more so she's going with the dynamic of like, okay, this business we did have some work with, so yeah, technically it is a work thing. Maybe we find out what happened to the owners. So yeah, it is a work thing.
yep. Just for your amusement, I want you to know that this was a roll that was in private for the insight check, because there absolutely was one.
Yeah.
So you get squinty eyes, and then all right.
But I will ask if they will stay for dinner.
Yay! Okay. I have a lot of questions for them.
But do your homework.
Okay.
No guests if you don't do your homework.
Okay. Can I do my homework while you're at work?
Yes.
Okay.
And you have access to snacks. So have fun, make sure you're studious, and we'll be back hopefully soon.
Okay.
All right. And she'll give like the smooches on the cheeks and just like squish the cheeks like, you're my precious raven. Ah, so studious, so perfect. All right, go.
Like, she is like a little, like, almost taken aback by it, but is just happy to be held at the moment. But it's just hugs you
Nina
back.
loves to whiplash her with love.
Yeah. And normally I think she's relatively good and like handles it, but the excitement of seeing them, the like, that was weird. Oh well. There's a lot happening, so she's like, okay,
She
sure.
found a fancy rock. She met a mushroom man, a lady opposite of her aunt, and now just more love.
Yeah.
This girl.
It's been a day. It's been an afternoon.
While that's happening, I think I'm gonna like kind of quietly say to, if either Lizette or Caldwell is hanging back, I thought you said the child was in danger.
I mean,
Uh,
I certainly didn't say that. So
Lizette said the child was in danger.
Who was that then?
And I think telepathically, Lizette is going to respond. I did, and she is. I'm trying to be normal about it, not worry too much. However, there is a cult that very nearly burned my soul to death when I was a little younger than her. And they have made a reappearance in the city at our best efforts to stop them.
Is
I
she
was
safe in
hoping-
the house then?
I would hope so. So I do not know. I suppose someone will have to stay behind and watch over her if we do not have a, how you say, bodyguard or babysitter / bodyguard for tonight. I have been here for a few hundred years, and I have a few contacts of people that might be talented and willing to babysit and fight to the death at a moment's notice.
Fair enough. So am I to be understanding we have a shared interest in this flask and silk?
I would assume so. Hello, I'm here now.
Hello.
Just to
yes.
double check, did we get back to the house or are we still walking?
It's
I
not
think we assumed we were
super
back in
far.
the house.
Yeah, you've probably just about made it to the house
Okay.
at this point.
All right. I let my employees know that I'm going to be out. Imani is going to be doing homework. Oh, and I do have my glaive now, so we're all good.
Is this fighting time or is this observation time? Wait, what is this that we are doing that I am escorting toward?
Well, I do not know what my sister has told you all. Hopefully, there will be no need for it. But if it comes to it, I rather make sure that I have my primary weapon with me.
This is understood.
I am armed.
I do not know too much about this cult that hurt me, that very nearly hurt my niece. However, what I do know of them, they are very, very secretive. And they have a habit of sacrificing small children.
And
So I would
Celestials.
value. And Celestials.
What is the god
I-
of this cult?
Not a god per se.
A person.
Power. They worship power. They try to sacrifice Celestials to the lower planes to obtain it.
They do call out specific titles for it. Let's walk a little bit further away.
Fuz, are there any bouncers that might be off duty today that would be down to babysit? Or anybody that Lisette can call in a favor from that is...
I genuinely think your go-to person is Caldwell for that kind of stuff.
It's Caldwell, but then also I love always imagining folks who work in evening professions. They know how to scrap.
Yeah,
They know how to scrap.
Yeah, it's also that Caldwell has connections
Yeah.
to anything you guys would need. So not necessarily that he is the bodyguard, which he is at times, but also that if there's ever a moment where no one can be there, that he has all
Yeah.
of the ties that you guys would need to have a babysitter, more or less. Have a protector, bodyguard, babysitter.
Caldwell, if you need.
I'm
time
I'm
to
not
call
writing
someone,
several letters right now. Don't worry about it.
if you need time to call someone. The ladies are aware that being aware of who comes in, at the very least. But if we want more, we can talk a little bit to the side.
Well, the one letter that the one message, I don't know, I assume a letter's the best I've got on hand, that I want to send out immediately is to a name I very well could butcher because it's a combination of syllables and sounds that are not foreign, that are foreign to
Yeah.
White Cloak. But I'm going to guess to Kangale in the hope I'm near the mark.
It sounds lovely.
I have to open up the document again. Hold on one second. Where do I have that for you?
I mean, Rashid's probably safer, but his last name's Kangale.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Okay. Okay, good. I was like, I feel like that's not the first. Kengele is the last
Kengele.
name.
All right.
Yeah.
Either way, the
That's good.
quickest
Yeah.
if the quickest way I know how to get a hold of him, that's my first
Mhm.
goal.
Okay.
So I don't know if I
Uh,
can send something that's more or less immediate, but
Yeah, the good news about your contact with him and this particular guard is that he very much works around this area of the city. So a message to one of the guards that would not be terribly far from your home as they do patrol can get him probably to the home within a few moments. Vogly, you nailed it, the second one.
That's how you spell it.
While we're waiting, but the names or the titles they typically call out: the Ash Architect, the Ember Maw, and the Flame of Grace. Is that anything that rings a bell to you three?
Would any of
Um,
those ring a bell?
Yeah. Same question.
Everyone has a history check option here. DC is tough, but please.
I'm rooting for more.
Oh, I'm sorry. Religion. I don't know if that changes anything, but it's religion. I'm sorry. I said history.
Oh,
I'm rooting for the Mushroom Man.
It doesn't change much for me, but
He's
let's
dumb.
see.
Okay. Does that change for you, Trill? I know you rolled.
it's the exact
but-
same modifier.
Okay.
So do you want me to re-roll?
No, you're fine. We'll keep that roll and keep it. You all rolled pretty well. Oh, yeah. If you have a space, it will like instantly stop whispering, Joe. So it kind of popped it into a few. Did you have that copied anywhere or?
I mean, it's still in my thing. I'll use Discord. I just
Okay.
wanted
Okay.
to make sure you'd see it quickly, and I didn't want to interrupt anybody. It's not necessarily.
No worries. Yeah, I'm trying to keep your secrets, you know.
I didn't roll bad. I still have a -1 to it.
I do
You all
think
rolled well.
I do think Jetsiri would notice as Nima is saying the names. Lizette's grip tightens on your arm, and like her skin is always pretty cold, especially considering that this is the desert, and the sun is up. But like the grip tightens, and like the temperature of her body drops even more as like the names are read, as the names are said, and it's there in a flash, and then it's back to normal. But you get the sense that Lizette is a bit shaken by those titles.
As all of this, ooh, Lizette, you just got advantage from my husband. So next roll you roll has advantage.
Thanks,
And-
Subby.
Dubs.
We love
Okay, so
dubs.
with these incredible rolls, we'll start. You genuinely all rolled very, very well. But I'm gonna start with Jetsiri as these names kind of come across you. Unfortunately, you're not getting a lot. There's something about the Ember Maw in particular that feels familiar, but certainly not something that you heard around your people, for one thing, or that really stuck. Perhaps it was in passing, perhaps you overheard something, but you were like, oh, that sounds familiar. Maybe I heard that once, but you're not entirely sure. Trill, you are not from this area at all. And where you're from is usually not one that has to deal with many, say, devil worshippers or many fiends in general. However, in the last year or two, there has been some strange things happening in the Fae, with the Feywild itself and with some Fae creatures as well. There have even been attacks within the Feywild by devils, from what you have heard. And at one of them, you do recall, it wasn't a place that you were familiar with, but the location was called the Tenacity Den. And when it was attacked, there was a There was a dog. No, sorry, Luna's just having a time. But when it was attacked, there was mention of a particular name, and you can't really remember the name, but you do know that the title attached to it was the Flame of Grace. So that part sticks with you, and you remember hearing a story about how, unfortunately, an area was attacked within the Fae by what you assumed were devils. And lastly, Morlo, you are from this area, and this area is rife with Outer Planes visitors, whether that be fiends, whether that be celestials. It is not something that is known very well, but your people have such a storied history here that there's their own way of documentation, and you know with your Myconid colony that it's very easy to share information between your people. And at some point you did hear of a cultist group called the Emberwake. You do know that their intention is to sacrifice celestials and in some way garner more power for the Hells. You don't know what the end result is, but they are so rare that in sharing the information within your people, it was expected to be like, this is just knowledge to have. You will probably never use it. It almost feels like one of those, like, we're going to arm you with this information. It will probably never affect you, especially because you're Myconids and none of you fall under the category of Celestial, so no one's in danger. But here's a weird bunch of people that we have heard about because they have been in this area in the past, but they haven't been seen or heard for centuries within this desert. So that's all the information you guys all get from your religion checks after getting the information from Nima. One day I will place a celestial mushroom. Oh my gosh.
I'll do Nenner's proud.
A whole
Thank
ass
you.
bird.
Oh
The one of those names, the Ember Wake, is known to my people, though not since, well, shortly after we last saw the Tender King.
I would not be surprised. The Ember Wake, at least from my understanding, they do have operations across Toril. But I thought that we outran them and covered our tracks well enough. Well, I guess we'll see what they want.
I would like to get some answers from them, but I would also like to make sure that they are not inclined to return here, ever.
Agreed.
And you're saying that this cult has had activity in this place where my brother was seen. The Silken Flask.
It seems to be that case. Like I said, I do not...
That motherfucker.
Oh my.
The Silken Flask has not been open for some time now. If your brother was there recently, he probably was either loitering or had some business with these people. Either a part of them or one of their victims.
Who was the one who mentioned that they saw your brother there?
Your man here, Caldwell.
Caldwell, when did you last see her brother?
I will point out I've been in and out gathering refreshments for people. Which is convenient timing, because I needed to ask the mushroom what he drinks, assuming he drinks. I have no idea. So I just have tea.
Monty did say
finger
he has
food.
no mouth.
That is That is my primary concern. But as I am filling cups and offering plates, how recently did I see this guy hanging out the Flask and Silk?
Like a week ago?
It's been closed way longer than a week, right?
Yes.
Did I see him entering the building or just outside of it?
At the time, you just saw him outside of it, but he looked as though he was either leaving it or was kind of focused on it in some way. So you kind of tied him to that building just because of also where his focus was.
I believe it was a week or so back, miss. He seemed to be
Fairly
leaving the
recent then.
premises.
Hmm. So that would have been under the time period that it was acquired by new management.
My brother is no celestial.
Unfortunately, I think in the appearance of this cult, it's more so dealing with my family. My daughter in one hand, potentially my sister and I on another. I want to assume that your brother is not involved in our family history with this, but who knows?
I'm
We'll
afraid I
find
can't
out.
find anything out.
What type of person is your brother? He seems to be.
A shit.
I'm gathering
is-
that much with the not
he is-
threat of violence, well, threat
A-
of murder.
A cosmically evil shit or just a
don't-
regular shit?
I don't think he's evil because evil takes a certain amount of effort. He is.
Luna agrees.
He is a blighter. He is a parasite. He is self-serving and very, very foolish.
As men tend to be sometimes,
Hmm.
many times.
Is there a difference in intelligence between genders?
Yes.
Some people would say no, but
Yes, there is.
We need to reach consensus on this, I see. He's also dumb. You forgot that.
Oh,
He's very dumb. Yeah, he does not think things through. He lives in the moment. He will do as he likes at any time and give not a thought for what it could mean in the long run.
impulsive. It seems that trouble finds him where he travels then.
He has a way of inserting himself in it. He likes to gamble.
Ah, that could
Has
explain
never
why.
learned a lesson.
That could explain why he may know of the place. It's not a gambling den per se, but winners tend to frequent there.
He likes his horse too.
I don't recall him being here then.
Um,
I don't imagine he's got much money in.
Then that is
Begging your
reason why
pardon,
he...
but you all seem like you do.
I think that Caldwell will probably try to put a samosa and B something to drink in Lizette's hands, and she will try to refuse. And I think Caldwell would know that Lizette hasn't eaten all day.
You didn't have a
And-
samosa?
The Imani made sure to get one for you, so we're pulling the
Oh.
Imani card. Eat the samosa.
Lizette doesn't like eating. It takes a lot of effort, but eventually the peer pressure of it all, she nibbles at the samosa.
I mean, that's normal at this point. I just throughout the day constantly put food around you until you eat some of it.
And I will death glare. I'm glare daggers at you, while I'm talking as well, it's like, oh, my sister needs to eat. Anyway, yes.
I
Also,
think
Nenders,
that
I whispered you things and you're ignoring me. It's very rude.
You whispered?
Nenners.
Wait,
I
what?
whispered Nenners
Oh,
thing.
Nenners. Oh, I was
You're not
like,
being
I
rude.
didn't
You're
say
running a
anything.
I sat here
I'm
trying not to
sorry.
interrupt while asking the mushroom what he wanted to drink, and he just ignored me.
He's muted but he's talking a lot.
First off,
Still
I'm sorry.
muted.
Second,
There we go. Oh,
How
there we
the
go.
fuck am I
Sorry.
still
No,
muted?
it went, it
Okay.
went.
Not anymore.
There was a delay.
no, you're good. I have Roll20 in dark mode, and it's such a like dark purple that it matches the background. So I just saw. Yeah, I got it. I'll respond to you.
It so doesn't matter, but
Lizette is going to say that it is going to be very hard for me to focus on eating as long as these people are in my city. Trill, I will do my best to not murder your brother if I see him in a cult outfit. I will do my best. But I would like very much to have this off of my mind
I think
sooner rather
that's fair.
than later. I'm sorry, I spoke over you and I couldn't hear what you said. What was
I
that,
just
Alex?
said I think that's fair. I can make no promises for him. I have not seen him in a very long time.
How long, if you do not mind me asking?
Couple of decades.
What has you looking for him now, if it's been so long?
Someone came to me and said that he had found himself trouble here. More than the usual sort. And I suppose it ate at me. I think he has done some unforgivable bullshit in his life, but I think it would cause my parents pain to know that we could have tried to help him and didn't. And so I came.
Well,
I need to know. I don't think I can go on all the years not knowing what came of it.
well, if he is to die, I hope that he is welcomed into the maw of the Bloodied Lady. Should we start going now?
Please.
I will mention as a group, it's still afternoon at the moment. Most of the sightings of your brother were at night, from what anyone who had seen him had mentioned. You probably have a good 2-3 hours before the sun does start to set. That doesn't mean you guys have to leave at night. I'm just letting you guys know with the information you have and what time of day it is currently. All that on the table. Oh, actually, there also have been a couple of things that have been sent out by way of Caldwell. And I would say probably about 10 or so minutes after a particular note was sent out, there is a knock at the door.
I'll go answer because that's my job.
That is your job.
What will we do without you?
Can I incite the.
was
or
that-
not incite-
Lizette spent 200 years in this house answering her own doors, and she goes like at the same time as Caldwell, and like he's there a split second before, and it's just like, ugh, we'll never get used to that.
Netters was about to say something.
Yeah, that is what you're saying.
The Peace Domain Druid wants to make a religion check, if possible, on the Bloodied Maw.
Yeah, go.
And I'll answer because I came up with that on the spot.
I was like, I don't remember reading that, but we'll find out together. Yeah, hit me with the religion check.
Okay, where's this?
Oh gosh,
Oh,
it's not bad. It's not bad.
I'll give it to you. It's Sekhmet.
Oh, okay. considering the environment he's in, he would know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's Sekhmet.
Locks that away. Yeah, got it. Just understood. Thank you.
Perfect. As you, Caldwell, make it to the door and open it after the sort of pump fake by Lizette, you aren't the only one at the door, but upon opening it, you do see the Casa Rashid there. And as the door opens, everyone else who is from the area, you recognize this is one of the higher guards within the city. Even his armor seems a little bit still functional, but there's a little bit more ornamentation to it. But as the door opens, I believe you called. And he kind of like looks past the group for a moment to see the strangers that are in the home, but stays within the doorway. Is everything all right, sir?
I'll actually step outside and close the door so I can talk to him.
Okay, he kind of backs up and allows you to do so.
Thank you for coming. The Lady Nima has some individuals from her past that seem to have been making appearance in the city of late. At the time we left, they had designs for Imani. The lady would appreciate an increased guard presence in the vicinity, if at all possible.
Yeah, just hit me with a persuasion with advantage. You said some magic words there.
I know what magic words I needed.
Yeah.
I'm not a wizard unless I need to be.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah. Immediately in mentioning, and the family would know this as well, Lizette and Nima, this guard is one of the higher ups in this area that does guard this area of the city. So he's often around. He has gotten to know your family a little bit, and he, much like everyone else, absolutely adores Imani. Seems to have a soft spot for kids in general, and kind of seeing her grow up and continuing to protect the area is very protective of Imani. And that was seemingly the magic word. As initially mentioning the context, there was intent in listening as he was taking in all the information, but the moment something that was proposed against Imani, almost like laser focus, seems to come to the face that you are speaking with. Understood. Do you have an address?
Do
you have an address?
Well, so far the only place any indication has been seen has been at the, formerly the Flask and Silk. I'm gonna pull out like a piece of paper to just draw, to the best of my ability, the symbol of the Ember Wake and just list their colors that they normally use. This is a rough approximation of their symbol. I don't know if you've heard anything of the Ember Wake.
Hasn't come across my desk, but that doesn't mean it's not around. Certain things are often on need to know, but it sounds like this is worthy of bringing up.
I'm gonna, a little bit, because friendly gesture of a dude I like well enough and respect, and a little bit leaning on I represent a person of import, and this is now peer pressure, well, with some borrowed authority behind it, just like put a hand on his upper arm to like, just with a little bit of a grip, to be like, well, if it's need to know, I need to know. So anything you learn would be appreciated.
I'll see what I can find out.
You've never served me wrong.
I won't start now. You see him kind of give you a nod and wait to see if there's any more information before departing.
I'll just give him a nod and turn to head back inside. Like we did what we needed to do.
Yeah, we're good. But yeah, he heads off.
Then I will head back inside and start scoping to see who needs a refill or another snack or whatever else it is. As I just kind of hover in the background.
Yeah.
Caldwell is dutiful.
Was he here to say hello, or were you doing a talk, Caldwell? I hope he said that we said hello.
As always, he is accustomed to your warmest regards. Speaking to the good Casa, it seems there might be an increase in guard presence in the vicinity.
I love when guards do their work. Usually
with
8 cap.
no, you're fine. I'm sorry.
No, it's just usually 8 cap. Yeah.
Okay. With that, I think this might be a good place for us to take our break. We're kind of, a lot of things have been happening. The next move is to go to the Flask and Silk, and I gotta pee. So let's take a quick 10-minute break. It's 10:45. We'll be back at 10:55. Grab a drink, stretch your legs, do all the good things. We'll be back. Bye.
Bye.
Hi.
Oh my goodness, means we're live. Everyone has to pop in slowly. Did you put it in the shout outs, Nenners? God damn it, why is that channel? Okay, anyway, we're back. The team has gathered at the home of the family, essentially, planning on heading to the Flask and Silk. There was a brief meeting with the guard to up protections around here. Imani is currently doing homework, as it was promised that you would all have dinner later on, and she is obediently going about her homework in the meantime and is not here. But the team is looking to go investigate the Flask and Silk. Of course, if there's anything else that you guys want to say together to each other, you have that moment now. But if you'd rather just kind of plan in like meta terms of like what we're going to grab before we leave or anything like that, you can do that as well.
Yeah, just
Don't everybody
making
speak
sure
about
weapons.
Grab weapons, yeah, absolutely.
Jetiri notably has like maybe a dagger on like a belt or something somewhere, but doesn't have obvious weapons anywhere.
Wild. Lisette keeps at least one dagger in her skirts at all times, and has been like taking it out and sharpening it. Also has been just sticking close to Jatsiri throughout like most of their time, like since meeting her, has just been sticking close to her. Has been like checking the wand, sharpening the dagger, took out a pearl at one time and sort of like, it was a pretty shiny pearl. It was pretty nice. It glowed for a little bit. And she used her pearl power to get a 3rd level slot back. But that's how she's been preparing.
Trill is watching that dynamic a little because, like, she's very curious about the exchange that happened between Jatsiri and Lisette, but doesn't feel like it's an appropriate time to ask.
It would be a very interesting response if you asked Jatsiri.
Well, now I feel like I have to.
It's up to you.
So what was the deal with the pale one, the other pale one?
That's nearby, right? No.
I'll
Yeah,
probably pull you aside.
Lisette
a
is
little.
nearby, but I can say that she was distracted to be somewhere else for a moment.
Maybe it was
for-
when you were
Gracious
answering.
of you.
Maybe it was when you were answering the door, because there was that moment that you went on
Yeah.
to try and answer the door. Yeah. I believe that Mama has called her at some point.
Your mother?
Yes.
Okay.
It happens. Sometimes it is rare, but it happens.
Look at your mother.
Yes. Mama.
Fair enough. She. Cool.
Jatsiri is not laughing. Evie is laughing. Like completely straight faced. Is acting completely like this should make sense.
Okay. Yep. Great.
I think that Mama has called her at some point.
Interesting. Well, that's all I've got.
At
Yeah.
this point, Lisette will probably return from being like door blocked in her own home,
Yep.
a little miffed, but will return and just be like, "Bonjour,"
Da.
and the conversation just goes silent as soon as she returns.
Da. Like Jatsiri has an intelligence of 8, wisdom of 12, but an intelligence of 8, and just from that assumes that everyone is on the same page as her. So her response to Lisette returning would just kind of be a single nod of acknowledgement, and then because she answered Trill's question, it's just
Is everything alright?
As much as it can be, and considering the circumstances, I was just inquiring. It seemed like you two all have a shared connection, and Jatsiri was just telling me, you know her mother.
no, Mama.
That's what it said.
There is difference.
I just asked you what it.
And immediately there is a focus back on Jatsiri that is singular and familiar again. She has been intense eyes staring at your friend Jatsiri for most of the time since she has seen her. And she says, tell me about Mama, please. I want very much to know.
So, Jatsiri normally just seems kind of background amused by her surroundings and vaguely creepy in appearance. And full +5 charisma lights up as you say this. Oh, Mama is beautiful. She takes care of all of us. It is always so wonderful. Occasionally I am able to speak with her. It is not very common, but she watches over all of us and makes sure that the society runs very well. She protects us. It is with great honor that we all serve her and live among her.
Lizetta's gonna ask about the society, is gonna let you talk her ear off about this. She is
and it is
very
probably...
used to autistic rambling.
It's for the remainder of the time. Jatsiri will very happily go on about a tribe of women in the Shadowfell that appreciate the color of life and that death is not an end. It is simply a step. And Mama that watches over them and teaches them the ways of this next step.
Nenners is knowingly listening to all this information.
Well, that explains everything on that side.
Yep. Yeah, to Nenners it does. Morlo still, but yeah, just
Morlo does.
At length. There's also at some point a description of Mama and her tall, graceful form that reaches beyond death.
Oh, you're muted, Anita.
Yep.
Yeah. Lisette is awestruck, attentive, listening to every bit of this.
Yeah.
I think when you come to a stopping point, she will sort of say, she'll sort of falter for a moment, say, s'il vous plaît. Sorry, my niece is right. Your sclera are quite striking.
One of my sisters told me this word. It means the outside of the eye, where some of the people do not have the same color. It is the white for some people, where your niece has. Yes. That sister gave me this feather.
And she will say, after we take care of this tonight, I would very much like to know more.
Yeah.
You say you talk to Mama sometimes. I think I would like to find a way to speak to her, if I could.
Mama will reach out to you if it is necessary, if it is time. I will let her know that someone who maybe at some point within us reaches to her.
Zet will smile and say, Bone. She'll look around for Trill. Is Trill still, like, in the area listening in?
Yeah, did you stick around for the entire full neurodivergent ramble?
I think so, but I'm not. I think something in my head is going, this is way above me. Like, she does not mean mother, and I'm just kind of hanging back. I'm interested because it's, info about you, and I don't know so much about you.
Yeah, you didn't press the right button before.
Yeah, but it also, again, does not feel like the time to be asking for explanations and shit. So I'm just kind of there.
I think that Lisette will sort of like lean in and beckon you to come closer. She'll cup a hand to your ear and say, I do not think your Trill likes me very much. I'm quite unsettling sometimes. Have I done something to offend?
Trill has a passive perception of 26, but she's just gonna let that go.
Yeah.
Does Jetziri have a high enough insight to realize what it was that upset Trill?
What would be your passive insight? Just adding 10 to your bonus.
11.
The thing is, I don't think she was particularly subtle about it, but because she hasn't told you, you don't have enough to go off of, unfortunately. So I think you would just note it like that was weird, but not anything other than that.
Trill? What
Yes?
was the issue that you had earlier?
Something you said just gave me the impression that you knew more than you were letting on, but as time goes on, I don't know that that's true. I think you've been pretty forthright with us.
Me?
No, Lisette.
Oh, yes. Trill, think you that I have been forthright?
Oh yes, I don't see any guile in you whatsoever. You're just here for the shits and giggles. For the most part, yeah.
Generally, yes.
I don't think you would see the point in hiding much. But maybe I have the wrong read of you.
I don't see reason for yes.
I have grown far too old and far too weary for hiding anymore.
Fair enough.
However, that's one thing that I am deathly serious about, that I would break every single commandment I have for. And that is my niece. So, it has been some time. I believe we should be on our way. No?
Da.
There is a moment in which Nima does visit her daughter just to check in on the homework situation. And Nima, when you do go to visit, you do see that she is going through her homework, but you can see it's at a slower rate than usual. You know her, she's a bright young girl, but at the moment, she's a little distracted, just knowing, an exciting dinner is on the way. But when you come to go check up on her in her room, she currently has a few books open, is at her desk, and happily greets you, of course. But when you're explaining about, of course, making sure the bracelet is on and that there's going to be some extra guards around, you see her curiosity come to her face again.
Okay. And you're gonna go back to work? Well, I see you. Well, we're gonna have dinner together, right? So you'll be back for dinner?
I will be back for dinner, do not worry. It is... You know what's happening over by the I have it. Flask and soak. The flask and soak, I need to... There's been complications over there, and we were friends with the owners, and I would hate myself for that if I do not check on it. But I will have everyone with me, and I'll make sure that we are all back for dinner. As long as you do your homework, I see that you're slacking.
Okay, I'll do it.
I know you're so intelligent, and she just pulls her into a hug. But I know you're so intelligent. We'll make sure to test you into an advanced study. But I just need you to do this for me real quick. Oh, you're so perfect. Oh, my precious girl.
The initial, she never complains, but there's always like a mom a lot of times when you're grabbing her, and she starts off that way. But as you hold her, she goes very quiet for a moment.
Come back safe, okay?
I always do for you, my dear. My curious raven.
I love you, Mom.
I love you more.
They called Caldwell a manservant.
What?
Now it comes.
Who said that? Who?
Snitches get stitches, Imani.
No, don't you ever said it, Imani with stitches. Anyway. Who? What?
You see her kind of
gonna get her
not recoil, but get almost nervous about it. Just
one of the new ladies.
It may be a cultural thing.
Yeah.
It may be a cultural thing. But also, Caldwell has been with us for a very long time. Before you were even born. Before I was with your father. So, he is family.
Yeah, it just sounded mean.
I'm sure they did not mean it in that way. There are other families that will see a Caldwell and see him as just a manservant, but we both know that he is more than that.
Feels weird. I don't like it.
But hey, think of this as learning about different people and how they perceive things. just because we see Coldwell in a specific way, they see him in a different way. But we have to make sure that they know that Coldwell is very special to us.
I'll tell her that.
Good.
At dinner.
A very wonderful time to say that, my dear.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Oh, okay. Do your homework. I love you. You're perfect. I'm leaving now.
Okay. Bye.
You see her go back to her homework.
She's so
He's gonna get ass kicked.
Ava genuinely whispered me and was like, "We don't need to roleplay this," and I was like, "We're gonna roleplay this."
I didn't want to distract from the
Bitch, you thought.
Please, every time you give me an opportunity, I'm gonna take it. So that's what happened. But that was wonderful. Thank you for that. It sounds like people are getting ready. Is there anything anyone else wanted to? Morlo's been chilling. It sounds like anything Morlo wanted to say or do as well.
Morlo has everything he needs as the Infinite provides.
Perfect. All right. So
I will ask
imagine-
somebody, this place that we're going, is it abandoned? Is it in operation? What's the score?
Do we know the names of the people who bought it?
No.
It at the very least seems to be shut down from all outside appearances. A few weeks ago, maybe a month or two, some movers came in and took everything out of the store. There's very little left in there, and nothing was seen going in. It was all very, very strange. We were honestly not expecting to see what we saw. But we will get to the bottom of the mystery soon, it seems.
So does that mean we might benefit from a bit of secrecy?
Yes, we might.
Then when Ava joins with us, Trill's gonna... Nima, I'm so sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
Ava's vibing in the city somewhere, probably, but yeah, she's not here.
Ava's chilling.
I have not slept. I was in the hospital.
You're fine. You're fine.
When,
Oh, I'm
Nima,
sorry.
when Nima rejoins us, Trill will cast Pass Without a Trace.
Oh.
And as she does this, it's almost like a dusk effect in her own coloring, and she just becomes a little bit darker.
Ooh, I love a shimmer.
I feel like in getting darker, her eyes almost feel brighter. She's always had really light, bright eyes, and it just feels like they're like, I don't want to say unsettling, but they're just piercing with this darkness.
Works for me.
See, Nima, I tell you, they are talented and they will help.
I never said that they were not. I was just curious as to people that my daughter only knew for like 10 minutes was now following you to us. That is all. That is
You
all.
are doubting me with your eyes. I saw
Never.
it.
I would never doubt you. How dare you? You're making me look foolish in front of company. Also, by the way, I would be remiss if I do not offer this in honor of my precious, beautiful, perfect daughter. You are welcome to stay for dinner after, don't know, bloodshed, but at least investigation.
That's very kind.
She would be very happy if you had stayed for dinner, but it is up to you. She also needs to understand disappointment if you do not wish to stay.
That's a lot to put on a person you just met.
You don't want to disappoint my daughter, would you?
Do you feel like crushing a little girl's dreams tonight, or what?
Do you want to crush a little girl's dreams?
Well, fuck.
Oh my god.
I love playing a mom.
Incredible.
Nina would be one of those Black Friday moms throwing down.
Are you kidding me? Nima would send Caldwell to go throw down for her.
First, perhaps we survived the night. We survived the night. I cannot understate how bad it is to be caught by these people. So let us be aware, no?
Very well.
Right.
And I
Okay.
guess we start sneaking.
And Pass Without a Trace is up for, I believe it's an hour.
Hour. Yep. Oh, I know that spell well, girl. I'm ranger sometimes, you know. But yeah, absolutely.
So it's a
that does
plus
last for an
10.
hour. Correct. So you can go ahead and post that just so everyone has it for reference, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. yeah.
And no rush whenever you can. And you guys are ready to leave. You got everything you need. Do you feel you're leaving a little bit later in the day, or kind of right after everyone had settled? It would probably be like an hour or two, just based off of the conversations and chilling and waiting for people to react and all that such. So, how soon after do you guys feel you're leaving?
I think we're waiting for dark, maybe?
Lizette would
Wouldn't
want
dinner
to
be
go
before
like
that?
at sunset.
Fair enough.
Sounds good. I do know, obviously, the mushroom would prefer it as well, but you know, it's just whatever works for the group. Just wanted to make sure. All right, perfect. So you guys are leaving at night, and you are approaching this location. As per usual, the city is, of course, quieter at night, but there are plenty of one wolf pack. I'm sorry, one wolf man pack. I ruined your entire name, but hello, thanks for joining us. The team is sneaking their way to a location, but as you guys are on your way, if you are stealthing, please go ahead and give me those rolls. And remember, there is a plus 10 added to it, so you don't necessarily need to have that add on at the moment. We could just keep that in mind. So Trill, that's a 25. Ooh, 28. Oh, you have advantage, correct? Yes. All right, that's a 30.
Damn.
Just a cool 30 from Liz plus your
Oh.
I'm gonna-
12 from Nenners.
I'm gonna give a D4, my D4 to Nenners, because
Okay.
Bargley gave me a D4 in chat.
She did.
That's very generous of you. Could you do me a favor and roll it? Because I'll get a 1.
You got a point. You do have a point there. So did I. So did I. Probably
It doesn't
because
matter
I was
whose hand
rolling
touches the
for
die.
you.
It doesn't matter.
Because I was rolling for you.
13's okay.
13, yeah, we got a 13 out there. Amazing. Okay.
Lucky 13.
Yeah. Yeah, Nenners, you never got an advantage, right? You only got like.
No, I had an advantage. Right
Oh,
off
you
the
already
bat.
used it?
Yeah,
Oh,
on my
okay.
horrible insight roll, I think.
That's true.
10
I was
to a
like, I
13.
think I remember you getting something. Okay, that's what it was. Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm killing it. Foods. Don't hate.
Yeah. Just
You have an
making
extra
sure you
D20. You have an extra D20 if you want it.
know. Oh, that's
I do, but I'm
cool.
gonna use it for a clutch roll that I biff.
Then there's just like, I met me, and I know I'm gonna suck some other times. So let me just be ready for this. All right, fantastic.
I
But the
promise
team
tonight
is
won't go
moving.
by without me using it.
The team is moving together towards the flask and sill, excuse me. As you get closer to this building, Nima and Lizette, you're here recently. You are familiar with this place. It is as you left it, and it is as expected. Caldwell, you have been in this area many times before. Of course, the place of business is right next to it. So again, building is as you remember it. For the three who are new here, Trill, Jetsiri and Morlo, as you are coming up to this space, you see a rather large and tall-looking building. From what you can see, there are very big front entrance doors and huge panels that go all around the outside of this building, pretty much just as tall as the height of the building itself. They do seem a good distance off the ground, so like the bottom of the window is a good 5-6 feet off the ground, so onlookers can't really look inside, but it's more like for the folk who are inside to enjoy the view of the beautiful desert sky. But the windows are all kind of tinted a little bit reddish from what you can see. And at this time, this area is a little bit quiet with the exception of the brothel beside it, which does have some people coming in and out, but otherwise, at the moment, it's very casting. The point is what got me for some reason. Like you were a detective, you're like, I gotcha.
Sorry.
Okay.
That's what I bring to the table. It's just dick jokes. That's what they recruited me for.
It's true. We saw her on Dispel Logic and we're like, we got to bring that energy here. But as you are looking around, I will just say that if anyone wants to kind of otherwise take a look at this building as you are approaching, you can give me an investigation check as you are stepping into this space.
Son of a
Good at this,
bitch.
but I'll try.
I am, and I whipped it.
Damn! Yes.
Oh! All right. Sick. Very, very nice. All right. So.
You love to see that happen on a roll with no modifier.
You do. I love you, Dennis. Just incredible. As you guys are. Oh shit! All right, Lizette, let's go.
Damn.
As you guys are approaching, I feel like Lizette, Nima, and Sebastian, or excuse me, Caldwell, are pretty much finding all like this detail at the same moment. It's just Nima is on it, so it's almost like lightning in which she's kind of making note of this. But you do remember that there were side doors and side entrances to this building before. And this was for staff for various reasons, kind of coming in and out. It wasn't just the very front door that was used here. But even as you're approaching, regardless of what side you're on and as you're kind of casing the area and making sure, things are as expected, there don't seem to be doors anymore. It just seems to be that front door and then the windows. Strangely enough, it feels like any other entrances are simply gone. No trace of them whatsoever.
They took away the doors.
So, if they actually took away the doors, we would have heard construction.
Correct.
Or there would have been some very impressive mage that could come in and do it quickly and easily for free. Can Lizette make an Arcana check of some kind to see if the doors are legitimately gone or if it is an illusion and they're just pretending like the doors are gone?
If you say this out loud, I will allow someone to help you with this. But if you are going to it on your own, if Lizette is just kind of investigating this on your own, it will be a flat roll.
Oh, period. I think that the three of them will look. I think that the family three will look at each other, and I think that Lizette will know at least a little bit that Caldwell has some bardic training, and bards tend to be jacks of all trades, know a little bit about everything, and we'll bring it up and just be like, hey, y'all, either the doors were magicked away or the doors are magically hidden. Shall we find out which is which?
Sure.
Magic awareness. Yes. Period.
Yeah. Hey, guidance. What does that look like, please?
So as you are trying to Yeah. Morlo is 1,000% out of his element here. So, and is getting distracted by things that are irrelevant and realizes it. So he just kind of waddles his way over as you guys are investigating and just kind of like brings his hands together and slowly like lets them out. And Lisette would smell kind of like a mixture of a spring breeze and damp earth as like a mist kind of comes over you, and you are under the effect of guide.
God. Well, that's bonkers. You rolled with advantage as your buddy Caldwell was helping. 26 with guidance. Amazing. As you're taking a look at it, with the help of Mushroom and Caldwell, it does feel as though magic was here. And I'm sorry, Nima, you were going to say something too. I'm sorry. I saw your hands doing something.
Oh yeah, I have magic awareness. I have magic awareness. So I didn't know if we wanted to just use that instead of like a roll, because I think it could also just be used in that instance. But because the roll's already happened, I can just say I'll use it for another day.
Okay, sounds good. I wanted to make sure I didn't pass over that, but please feel free if it. Okay, awesome. But yes, as you look at these where the doors used to be, I think your first reaction is to assume that it is an illusion of some kind. That's an easy enough thing. Having a minor illusion takes up a small-ish amount of space, but it certainly could cover up a door. That's not a particularly difficult spell. There could be a couple different solutions for that in that regard. But the more you're studying it, and I think Caldwell will kind of help point out some of the details along beside you, the door has been not covered with an illusion, but instead, as Lisette kind of playfully put it, like magicked away. It seems as though the existence of it was fully removed, and it's simply part of the wall now. It's smooth enough that makes it feel like you're not familiar with all the spells, of course, being a sorcerer, but there are certain ones that can help you, say, mold earth, and a lot of this siding is made of clay and stone. It could have just been smoothed over.
So mold earth, is that like a level 1 spell, level 3 spell, level 5? What are we looking
cantrip.
at?
It's the
Awesome.
best cantrip.
Okay.
There's also Stone Shape, which is a different one
Okay.
that could probably
Which is
do the
way
same thing.
better.
Yeah.
Which is way better, and that's like level 4 spells.
Lisette will turn to the group and say, there is a skilled magic user inside, skilled enough to use carpentry to disappear a door. Someone has wanted a choke point so that it is very, very easy to know when someone comes in and out. Caldwell, could you check for traps on whatever entrance we use, please? Why did I say Caldwell? That is wild. That is a wild thing that came out of the accent.
I liked it. I thought it was
sorry.
cute. All right, go ahead.
I thought it was amusing.
How many floors is this building?
It looks like it's one, just very tall building.
Well, do you think we
I think
could
it's
get
just
in from the roof?
elevated. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
Do you think there's another way in?
The roof is rather far from where you are, probably a good 30, 40 feet off the ground. So at the moment, not visible, but possibility.
I mean, Lisette's been around and would have probably like visited this place in its heyday. Are there rooftop entrances that she would know of? Are there like windows that might be easier to jimmy open?
Yeah, if they're looking for a choke point, maybe it would be better to find a window. I mean, there still might be traps, but
If it is, if there is magic involved in hiding the other means of entrance, can't we just go to where we remember the other entrances are and just feel around to open it?
she said they weren't there anymore.
Are they not there anymore? Or are they just hidden?
You believe magic is obscuring the door?
Ah, you're muted, Anita.
Lisette would have communicated that some magic completely erased the door and replaced it
erased.
with wall. So,
Yes,
No more.
mages can do carpentry.
yeah, no more ingress.
Mages.
Morlow's gonna walk up to where the door should have
Wow. I'm sorry. Like,
I say that as someone who loves mages.
yeah.
Except for wizards.
Lisette is going to like hear the judgment in that and like say to herself, "Wow," very quietly.
I say this with so much love.
Mhm. I
And
felt
respect.
it. I felt it in the words. The love and respect there. Yes. Yes.
Good.
I
What's
say all this
Marlo
while
doing?
I crouched. But, Morlo, you were about to do something?
Yeah, he walks up to where the door should have been, and he's going to cast Dispel Magic on the portion of the wall.
Very cool. What does it look like as you cast the spell?
He kind of brings his hands together, and like through the leafy mess that is his chest piece, a holy symbol comes out in which he kind of holds and then begins to channel this kind of thick foggish mist that kind of covers over what he's trying to dispel, and he's just. Not that he talks to begin with out loud, but you can tell like his eyes he's concentrating. It's almost like like some Care Bear concentration vibes, you know, like just like a little too hard. He's just like, come on, just do it. And that's what he's trying to do.
You have both times.
Care Bear? Sorry, go ahead.
I collect Care Bears.
You just both times have started by saying you put your hands together, and I can't not hear the DK rap. So you started. I didn't hear the rest because you said I put my hands together, and in my head I went, "If you wanna clap, as we take you through this monkey rap." DK, donkey.
I need more Joe rapping on the stream.
It's going well.
Ten times
Caldwell
funnier if
singing.
you picture Caldwell doing it.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that's hilarious thinking about him. As you, we gotta hydrate. Hydrate. It's like, before I describe this. Oh, Cookie! I just happen to be wearing my Viva La Dungeon shirt right now. So that's where I met some fine folk, including Cookie Man. So it was a good time. Anywho, you have cast Dispel Magic on this, what used to be door, essentially. As you reach out and kind of exert your magic in this direction, all of you watch as what looks like clay almost seems to kind of reform and shape into different, more linear looking lines before slowly but surely you start to watch as a door starts to reveal itself.
Ah. Well,
The
there it
infinite
is.
provides.
God magic
Well done.
is. God magic is so wonderfully strange. I like it. Ah, that was wonderful, Morlo. Thank you.
I'm still kind of shuffles out of the way. Somebody wanted to go through the door.
I mean, I'm operating under the assumption that if they removed the door, they didn't also trap it. But I'm gonna triple check and see if this is
Smart.
even locked, let alone
Investigation, please.
rigged with
Can I
anything.
assist in that and give him advantage?
You sure can.
I am proficient.
Perfect. You can either give him advantage or you guys can roll one investigation each. Whatever you prefer.
I'll give you advantage.
All right. Looking over it, Caldwell, you do notice that there's something a little weird about the door. You're quite sure it's not necessarily that there's a trap, but that there's something, perhaps another spell of some kind, magic. There's something else that's affecting this area. It feels kind of bigger than the door, but just by inspecting the door, you're able to kind of just feel traces of something. Most likely when you open this, something may happen, but it doesn't feel like a trap.
I would advise using this door as some sort of magical something.
So should we find another way in?
I will check the front door.
All right. Give me another investigation. I imagine Trill
I
will
can
also help you. So go ahead with advantage again. You wind up feeling very much the same situation. Doesn't feel trapped. Feels like there's something here. And it feels exactly the same as what you felt at the other door. Trill, you have a bonkers passive perception, right?
Oh yeah, 26.
26, right? Just casual. As he is checking the doors and you're helping him, there's sort of a din of noise going on around this area of the city. Because this area is still kind of active. It's not super late at night. There's still some noise in various buildings and such. You can hear most murmurs and just signs of life, even in the darkness. But it is so pitch as dark and quiet in this building. It's so strange. There's just something that's off about it. It feels almost artificial.
It is unnaturally quiet in there. It's not even the kind of quiet of nothingness. It's a very intentional sort of quiet, if you catch my meaning.
In looking through, because I had
Except
also
for a
said,
dog doing a bone.
I had also said that Jet City in chat is looking through the window. Mind you, Jet City does have Devil's Sight, so 120 dark vision and can see through magical darkness.
Magical darkness, hit me with a perception at advantage.
Key. Perception.
Nice.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. The first thing, okay, also, I will also ask, this is fully up to you. There are windows along pretty much every side of this building. I will mention the ones in the back are like 30 feet off the ground, so rather high. However, the ones along the side, and then there's two beside the door as well. What side do you see yourself kind of going between them, and the front windows, side windows? What are you looking at right now?
The ones that are near where the door was hidden.
Okay, so that would be along one of the sides of it. As you take a look inside, it is dark in here. And you do recognize that there's some sort of kind of magical interference here. It's not necessarily darkness, but your enhanced vision is still helping you in this regard because you kind of like squint and look in. The first things you start to notice are what looks like bodies, two of them. Still kind of moving, but looking like they were just recently attacked.
Ziri will tap one of her earrings. How close, before I do that, how close is everyone? Because they're also checking the front door.
If they're in the front door, they're a good distance away from you, probably 40, 50 feet.
Okay. Is anyone still near me, or did Lizette let me walk off on? Yeah, I was about to say, did Lizette let me walk off on my own?
Lizette would be, at the very least, within eyesight. It's probably like at most 20 feet away from you.
There are concerns, as she'll say that to them as she brushes against her earring and sends to Trill instead of to Caldwell. There are bodies inside, using earring of message.
Well, that's not ideal. Caldwell. My friend says there's bodies inside.
It looks as if they have been recently attacked.
Looks as if they've been recently attacked. Does he do that? Please tell me.
That's just Joe.
That's me thinking, because part of me wants to act, but the rest of me is employed. So I'm gonna poke my head around the corner to just get a just basically just lock eyes and be like, just kind of just the nonverbal. This door is also spied on with magic, and then just get a feel for, are we going in anyway?
So, Nima, listen. There appears to be bodies inside. They did you say that they were moving those?
Yeah, slightly. Kind of like recently attacked, kind of like writhing on the ground.
They appear to still be alive. I would suggest that we open the window and assist them, though I do not know if the windows are also concerns by your
just by seeing
man
the
person.
windows don't open, unfortunately. They're just big old panes of glass, essentially.
Oh, Jetsiri fully intends to break them.
If
Okay, then yeah, by all means.
Were they wearing red and had a specific symbol that looked like ye?
Were they?
You didn't catch that detail. More or less that they were just on there.
It is dark in there, so it is more like grayscale as opposed to color.
Fair enough. Well, I guess we will find out when we get in. It will either be me or my sister who will be the judge of that.
All right. And then, she just holds out a hand, and from out of nowhere, coalescing shadows form into a long spear, and she'll use that to break the window.
Oh shit, it's go time.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
Okay. I'm gonna do this two-handed.
Let's go. Okay, that absolutely hits. Go ahead and roll me your damage on this as well.
Okay. 4.
Okay. Jatsuni, you are adept with this weapon, and as you pull it from the very shadows that you seem to be standing in, as you lunge forward, it hits true exactly as you expected, and you feel the tip of that spear hit the glass and start to spider as it cracks. It doesn't fully break, but you are quite positive a regular window would have shattered under the, at the very least, the very high PSI of your spear tip hitting it.
Which I am using my packed weapon, not the cantrip one. So it does count as a magical weapon.
Correct. And that is why you did damage.
Okay.
How loud was that?
It's pretty loud. Well, was Trill near you? No, Trill's in the front. You're out of.
I'm also.
I'm with Caldwell.
Yeah,
I'm at the front door. I just don't know how loud
the
the sound of trying to break.
Yeah, I was just making sure, because if she was in the range of the pass without trace, I think she would still get some bonus. But if she's out of range, it made a sound.
Yeah. Lizette is going to look towards Jatsiri, giggle a little bit, say, "I like you," before teleporting with a cool little thing that she can do from being a shadow elf sort of creature. Gonna teleport inside and see what's happening.
What's happening?
Let me.
All right.
Let me do the thing. Cause
When I hear that window break, I'm gonna say, "Oh, Caldwell, I think we're going. I think it's now."
I was gonna say I'm gonna open the door. If some people are breaking windows, that's.
I rolled really, really badly on that damage too. I rolled a 2 on the fucking damage.
I will internally to myself sigh at the idea at the people who don't know how to break into buildings. And
Sorcerers just popping in on their own, and me and Caldwell, under pass without a trace, are just gonna.
Yeah, Caldwell, you do notice that it is locked. The second you reach for the door, you hear the click. If you would like to do anything about that, you are welcome to. Okay, that's what it was. Let me double check.
Spears do such.
As that's happening, Morlo's gonna look over to Nima and kind of do the little kid thing, the windows are 5 feet high. His hands don't even reach the sill. So
of course. She'll give a boost. She'll give a boost. Or actually, no. She'll carry him in there. It's like, don't worry, I got you.
Okay. All right. We're There are numerous things happening at once, so we're gonna count this all kind of like as a round. Lizette is using her round to kind of teleport in. Caldwell is successfully lockpicking the door. You check that it is. 25 was the DC. So you fucking on the dot hit it. It feels difficult, but you're a man on the mission right now, so unlocks immediately. Nima, you are giving uppies to the shampoo. Why did I almost say that? The shroom. And
While carrying him inside.
I imagine you were going in. Lizette, as you are focusing on the darkness within that room as well, for the first time since using this ability, you feel resistance. This building does not want you in here. Please give me a charisma check, as that is your spellcasting modifier, as you must beat the DC for this ability to go off.
Woo!
That's a very spooky thing to say to me, Foos. Wow, cool. It's fine.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go!
Spooky House doesn't want me entering it, so I must make a charisma check. Can't add
that
shit to
sense.
this. It'll
Just,
be fine.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Ooh! Hell yes!
Okay.
It was actually fine.
It is fine. It is fine. You have a moment of resistance when you feel anyone who would be watching Lizette would watch as the shadows, as you call and command at times, come for you to allow you to teleport to a different location. But as that starts to happen, there's just like a flicker of hesitation where it feels like she should have been gone, and you watch her form kind of flicker in and out for a moment. And at that moment, you again feel that resistance, but for just a moment, a familiar voice that you haven't heard in a very long time comes through. From shadows we bloom. As that happens, you feel yourself kind of will the spell, the ability to go off, and you reappear inside of that room. And I imagine, Caldwell, you have unlocked this door, so I imagine next step is to open said door. Okay, so we'll have you guys in the front. I'm going to describe what everyone's seeing as we get everyone into place. I think Jatsiri, Nira, and Mushroom Man, are you guys attempting to break through the window? There was progress, it just simply needed more damage. So I will go ahead and say, hit me with another attack roll, my lovely Evie.
Okay.
Do better.
All right, good. Hit the damage, please. Yeah, all right, very good. Genuinely, you just didn't need a 1, and I didn't want to say it out loud because I would have jinxed you. So, very nice. And the second one, what does it look like as you spear your way through this window?
Zadie would probably be like, "You fucker," and then just like slam it into the spiderweb crack again, and then like aggressively knock around at the glass to knock more of it out to get it out of the way.
Yeah.
And then as a bonus action, we'll probably do the exact same thing that Lizette has done, as she was really just opening it so that the people who couldn't do that can make it through.
You're in a unique situation because as you can see through the window, the moment you crash through and start frantically getting rid of the shards to make sure it's good for entry, you immediately see that sort of like that reddish tint that was on the window. It feels like it's just all over the building. But when you looked through the window initially, it didn't seem like there was any furniture, or you saw the bodies, but there wasn't a lot of stuff in here. That has all changed very much. As you look into this room, you can see with clear eyes that there are tables, there are chairs, there are various bits of furniture around the room. But what's kind of catching your attention immediately is the devil iconography you can see all over this room. And you immediately are able to port into this room as well. Lizette, you find yourself in the center of this room. Everyone, you're all kind of seeing this from different angles, as Trill and Caldwell are at the other end. But coming into this room, painted red, and even besides the doors, there are giant statues of devils, winged, red-skinned, and horned, kind of crouching and leaning over the edges. In the back, where there once were fountains, there is still a fountain. It's not the Infinite's water anymore, but it is blood red and it runs. There are numerous skulls of other devils and fiends that seem to be in this area. Lizette, as you come in, you would have teleported onto a body, but you hear groaning beneath you and you see a pool of blood underneath. What is the victim of what looks like slash wounds at the moment? As you look down, the symbol on their chest. As this human man kind of gurgles, looking at you with wide eyes, you can recognize that that is absolutely a member of the Ember Wake that bleeds out in front of you. And it takes a moment, as a lot of things are kind of happening at once, but as everyone's kind of coming through the windows, teleporting in, Trill, from the other end, as you step into this room beside Caldwell, the two of you immediately kind of feel, and actually Nima and Morlo, you'd feel this as well the second you kind of pass through that window. You feel as you are stepping through an illusion. There is noise in here. There is stuff you're seeing before. That presence you felt of magic was simply an attempt to make sure that anyone outside could not see or hear what is happening in here, and it kept everything quiet. But as soon as you step past it, the atmosphere, the sounds, everything starts to hit you. You see the bodies. There's about 5 throughout the room. Trill, on the other end of the room, you hear, "It's not what it looks like, I swear! Please, believe me!" On the other side of the room, far near where you can see the waterfall of blood that is there, you see a very recognizable blue-skinned man being held up by what looks like a Githyanki woman.
I shoot her.
A sword. She's very far away from you. But the first thing you hear from her is, "I don't care." So I'm going to move you guys to the map, give you an idea of what you're seeing, and we're going to end the night here.
No!
Githyanki!
Yes!
Githyanki, my
Githyanki lady in this bitch. Okay, so hold on. Let me get this all ready for you guys to take a look, and then we'll come back. Also, like I said, I did have some free time during the week, so your brother, your boy, does have some artwork that I have to share with
Oh,
you.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
But you guys are gonna see this guy on the other end being held up
Oh, he's cute. Little fucker.
by this woman.
Oh,
Oh, he is cute. Oh,
wow, those are
but
my
she's
swords.
queen.
Yeah.
She's queen.
All right, you guys should all see the map now.
Shit, this map is sick.
Yep.
Whatever happens, she is in the right.
She can
is-
do no wrong.
She can do no
Presumably
wrong.
she's murdering cultists, so I'm very pro her at the moment.
Yeah, I'm pro her.
I'm sure she's fine. Oh, I didn't put his color. His.
Oh,
thing
she's
on the right.
totally in
Yeah.
my range. I'm shooting her.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trill's brother fucked up. Trill's brother fucked up.
Ooh, the swirl. The swirl. Okay.
Yeah,
What if he was an
there's some-
undercover agent?
There's some movement happening back there, but she normally has. You can see that one. She has 2 blades, but one of them is sheathed on her hip, and the other, as she's holding him up with one hand, is pointed directly at his chest. And she says, "I don't care, but you're gonna go shoot." And I mentioned this is where we're going to stop the session, though. So we'll come back as everyone is slowly getting these these bits and pieces as we see, and we'll pick up the next time. So as I look for someone for us to raid, everyone please give me your votes for who you would like to have inspiration for next time. And we will start our session off next time with combat.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot the command.
/ whisper GM. Hold on, let me put the period in front of it. Just don't use the period as I press enter. Send, please send, please send. There we go. Okay, if you do that, you'll be good. Remember, it's 2 votes for 2 of your buds, and then we'll go from there. All right, let me see who I'm gonna raid today. Ooh.
Raiden.
We raiding, baby. We like to raid. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was like, I'm hearing something weird, and it was because... Oh, wow. All right, we got some cool people streaming right now. All right. I'm just seeing who it will be as I get the votes in. Thank you very much. Sure. We'll say hi to them. Why not? Okay. I think we got everyone's. I'm sorry. I was also supposed to say that people, our lovely guests, can introduce themselves and say goodbye as we go through this. While I was doing that, but instead I just didn't do anything. So we'll start with Debbie. But let the people know what you're doing and where they can find you.
All right. Hi, I'm Evie, the Disaster GM. Pronouns are she, they, or any. You can normally find me over on Altered Echo Archives, where I am the director and primary GM. Tomorrow, we're actually going to be running episode 4, I believe, now, of Empyrean Wilds, which is our sequel campaign to the finished Empyrean Rising, where the group of erstwhile not quite hero chaotic as fuck, whatever you want to call them, are discovering stuff about, being wanted by one of the political powers of the peninsula that they're on, and dark powers that are starting to rise, easy stuff like that. Yeah, it's super fun. And then also on every other Sunday, every other Friday, we have our fairy tale based campaign, Once Upon a Reflection, also Cypher system based. And yeah, it's super fun. I've got a great cast over there as well. Loving how fabulous everyone is here, because you guys all do a fantastic job. I mean, love your characters, love all of you guys. It's great. Well, Ava just dropped, so let's jump this over to Anita.
Anita, hi everyone. Anita is here. I have been Lisette Odunze. She has kept her name so far. We'll see how that happens next time. She is so fucking triggered right now. Holy shit. What a scene to teleport directly into the center of. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I don't. Foods,
God,
you keep
looking around at all of
you
these.
keep hurting me. And last week I told you, yeah, I love you hurting me in the parentheses, and continue to do it, but fuck, this backstory's got hands.
I love that line. This backstory has hands. I'm stealing that.
Yeah, I've been Lisette. She is proud auntie and also a raging homosexual. And
You don't say.
She's
Couldn't tell.
It's really a weird day, weird as fuck day. But that's been me. Now I got picked second again, which means I get to roll a d4 again. And this time, I'm gonna toss it to. I mean, truly everybody has some sort of weird religious stuff / magic in this building, but truly, objectively, the weirdest and strangest of it all, come in live and direct to us with just the best hat that I have ever seen. DM extraordinaire in his own right. I need a little bit of commotion in the chat for the one, the only, the Nanners.
Nanners! Best
Take it away, my dude.
This is the time to honor you guys. I'm kidnapped. but no, thank you very much. That was very, very sweet of you. I'm Nunners. I play Morlo, who is, again, way out of his depth and super confused as to why there's so much blood everywhere. but is definitely safe in the arms of this incredibly maternal and at the same time badass woman who's just barged through here. So he's very excited about that. But yeah, I DM on Fridays, Pathfinder stuff. We got a couple episodes left, but we're kind of on a pseudo hiatus. But again, there might be a one shot or something in between. But yeah, I'm gonna quickly jump this off back to the guest because this is your time in spotlight. So LS, if you don't mind taking it away.
I'm LS and I'm here to shoot a bitch. Don't ask questions, don't care, do not need explanation. Pew pew motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
I can be found nowhere except here. Happy to be here. I got nothing going on. I'm just happy to be here. Recruit me. You're throwing it to my recruitment buddy Joe.
Finally, the straight white man gets to talk. Nothing. It's it's less and less fun to play that character.
Okay, but as you said it, we got 2 more viewers.
Thank you, viewers. Who wanted
Oh
to
my
see,
god.
to see
Amazing.
someone who looks and talks like
The
me.
internet knows.
I was gonna say you're kidnapped manners, but I'm the OG, but you're the OG getting kidnapped by food. I'm just the kidnappee of this channel as a whole,
Right,
as a community, and it's
Correct.
fine. It's good. I'm here. I'm mostly here. There's my Cosmic God. It's Twitch. Follow it if you want to get an alert on the occasions I stream there. I'll get back to it eventually. But in the meantime, I'm here on Fridays for Pathfinder, but not for a couple weeks, and Saturdays for this. And it is a good time, and people keep passing it to the not guests. So we'll give it back to Ava.
Oh, me. Hello, my darlings and dears. It's your Madam Ava here. You can find me anywhere at Madam Ava Couture except for Threads. I refuse to do Threads, but I will be on the sinking ship that is known as Twitter. Right now, this is the only game you'll see me on, but I have other stuff coming up soon. I'll play another Ace Mirror in a game eventually because that is my bread and butter. And tonight I played Nima, the reluctant barbarian. She didn't rage tonight. Will she rage next week? Probably not, but we'll see. Her daughter has so far not been involved. But last but not least, the very, very lovely Evie. But real quick before I say, I'm trying to go see Beyonce, so give me money if you want to see me happy. Now, go to Evie.
And back to foods, because I was first.
Hey, yes,
Oh,
we
yeah,
go. We're good. No worries. Loved it. Yeah, we're gonna come back and finish this up and start this fight. Essentially, I'm fucking excited for it. Thank you, my lovely players. This was fucking, as always, a ball. We'll be back next week, and look forward to more things and exciting news and such on our channel and such. But in the meantime, we're gonna go raid Med M Live. I don't know what that means, but we're gonna go say hi. They have some awesome costumes, and one of them looks like Jareth Goblin King. So we're gonna go say hi and have a wonderful night, everyone. Bye.
Beh.